Oh yeah, we live, baby. What's going on? Welcome back. It's your boy Blue. Let's do it correctly. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It is your boy Blue, and we're back. It's been a long time coming. You guys have been asking me for this for weeks, for months, and I apologize for neglecting you guys. My train sim enthusiasts, my rail fans. Yes, sir. We're back. Priority train through Fresno sub out here in Central to Northern California. Welcome to the stream. John, Browning, and Element in the house. About to get it going. We're rocking Union Pacific train 7772. We're currently picking up. We're at a recrew position here at a place called CP Biola, or Control Point Biola Junction. And yeah, we should probably get going because it looks like there's gonna be some traffic along the way as well. So a few things I gotta let you guys know. This is Run 8 Train Simulator. We are on multiplayer. We're on the Depot Plus multiplayer server. It is a private multiplayer server, so you can't just like come and join me unless you're already a part of the Depot Plus server. So and we're picking up this train. This train actually has been marked as priority in the Depot Plus operations center system. And so I said, you know what, I'll pick it up. And we gotta head northbound to was it Modesto? I think somebody's talking to me. Hold on. Were you asking for me?
Yeah, have you called for a signal Viola yet or no?
I have not called yet. I'm just about to call now. You having problems?
The other guy is. Call and see if Otto will line you up.
Yeah, I'll call up. Alright, let's go ahead and get to it, guys. We got other traffic on the line. And there seems to be some issue with the dispatcher. So let's go to here to the route here. We are Mike Whiskey Charlie Romeo Victor, which is a manifest train from West Colton to Riverside. We're at the CP Biola right here on the bottom right of your screen, if you can see that. And we need to actually request a signal. We'll hit channel 96 on the dispatcher tone. Let's put our reverser into 4 so dispatch knows the direction we want to go. I want to go over here to our dispatch radio thing. Go to channel 96. I think that's all I gotta do. I'll just wait for a second. There it is. And then what did I say? It's a tone 76. So we'll hit. I think is it DTMF? And then I think star 76. Is that right? Let's see if I did that right. I don't think I did that right. What's up, beat down? Welcome to the stream, man. Is it? I always forget the order. I can do it the cheat way too, but I want to do it the realistic way. I want to do it the real way. Let's see, I have it in my notes. Anytime I forget how to do stuff, I have like a bunch of Run 8 notes to remind me what the process is. That's not it. What's it called? Dispatch. There we go. I know it's DTMF, right? DTMF mode. Did I say 76? Yep, 76. Is that with the star? Let's try that. 76 star. It's not bad to have notes. Not bad at all. I have it in everything, in flight sim as well, because I always forget. Let's see if I hit dispatch. They'll hit me up. There you go. Request signal. Yes. Let's see if they'll let us go. Because
come out of it a little bit there, Helper.
Apparently, some people have an issue. Okie dokie.
All right.
Let's see if he gets the line here. I'm seeing there's traffic ahead. Oh, he gave us to us. Yep, I got it. Dispatch gave me the line. All right, let's get going then.
All right, we're gonna see what happens when you go by that guy and see if he gets the light or not.
Yeah, I think we're right. Point at each other. All right, so we are ready to go. Dispatch is give us the clear to continue via signal indication. So Union Pacific 7772 CP Biola. Let's go ahead and get the rail cam up here. Oh, what is that the wrong? We have the wrong screen on the stream. Okay. Oh, I know what I see. I see what I did here. Yep. Let's do this here. You guys are seeing every time I hit Control Tab. And that's not cool. It's unprofessional. All right, now. Beautiful. There we go. I'm gonna be doing that a lot. All right, so reverses and forward. Let's go ahead and give you guys the control cam real quick. We have traffic waiting for us, like actual traffic. Another guy is actually waiting for us. So let's not take forever and a day. Is it this one? This is one. All right, we're rocking the Train Sim TSX controller. Reverses and forward. What is this? This is our throttle. Let's pull our brakes back. All right, brakes are releasing. Give us some time. We are.
I'll stop 8383.
We are 70. How long are we? This is stuff I should know already. How long are we? I know it's on here somewhere. We're 7,300 tons. All right, brakes look to be good. Let's go and use some throttle. We'll pull the independent brake. Oh, you can't even see it. Hold on. There you go. Independent brake. This right here is my independent brake. Gonna pull that back. Back towards me is released. My throttle's on the left, and we are rolling. Two honks to the horn to know we're rolling, we're moving, and we are en route, chat. Let's get it. Not really exactly sure how long this trip is, to be completely honest with you, but we'll take the train as far as we can. I'll take it as far as I can. All right, coming out of the junction now, CP Biola. What's the line speed up here? Looks like we can only do 30 at the moment. Let's go ahead and hit. Once we get through the junction and we get through this railroad crossing, which we're gonna use our horn at here. There we go. Is this game on Steam? No, it is not. You can get this game. Links in the description, actually, to the game. Run8studios.com. It is not on Steam. All right, let's hit the distance. I know it's this button, ain't it? Yeah, it's just the distance counter. So the distance counter, and I'm going to break a lot of stuff down because I know a lot of people are going to be watching this stream who are not familiar with Run8 and are not familiar with trains in particular. But right here we have our distance counter runner, and this is actually going to run upwards. You could also set it to run backwards from top to bottom, but it's going to run up until it gets to basically the end of our train, and it will know that our train has passed a certain position. So basically, like, if I want to know, hey, when is the back of my train going to pass this bush, I could hit my distance counter to start now at the bush, and when it beeps at me, when it gets to the end of the train, I'll know that the end of my train has passed that bush. And that's the way that, you know, it really works. Because unless you got somebody riding in the back, which you don't often have, you will never know when the end of your train actually passes. So it's important to know when the end of your train passes a certain point, so you can let everybody else know, like on dispatch or on radio, you know, or just to know that you've actually cleared a junction if you need to stop or something like that. You found me on the tracker. Nice. Dean Plays TV. Welcome to streaming. How's things? And love your Train Sim World videos, especially the Leipzig to Dresden on a snowy sunrise morning. Yeah, that was a great drive, man. Great drive. I'm doing 20 miles an hour. Yeah, I love driving the ICE in icy conditions. I really do. Honestly, I always tell people, as far as the new Train Sim World 6 routes are concerned, that is my personal favorite. I just like high-speed trains. That's the only one we got. All right, so taking a look at the map here. So this is the situation, guys. This is. Let me know if you have any questions. Need to break down anything. I'm willing to answer any of your questions. So we are leaving from CP Biola, which is over near the Fresno, California yard. We are driving Union Pacific. Hold on. Alert. I like freaked out, like, where is it? Where's the button? How are we doing on speed? We're still good. We're still climbing. We're actually going downhill just slightly. So yeah, so we're over here. We're like this one, going from right to left, which is actually northbound. There's another train, another player named Tosif J Rep 8. He's also driving a Union Pacific train. He's actually parked in the siding right now, and he's waiting for us to pass so dispatch can give him the light to go southbound. There is another train farther north, an AI train coming from Riverside that we have to worry about. Matter of fact, there's 2 trains going the opposite direction of us. This whole line, this whole section of the line is all single track. So in order for us to kind of maneuver around certain trains, either dispatch is either going to put us in the siding or is going to put the other traffic in the siding. Now, in theory, as we come up on another whistle board, we're the priority train, so we should get priority over the main line. But I don't know that the dispatch actually knows that we're priority train. So we'll have to find out and see. I'm not really sure if that's gonna work. All right, so we still have not yet cleared that point. As you look at the distance counter, we haven't cleared that point yet. How long are? Oh, so we're 67, so we're almost past. So you're gonna hear a beep in a second. There is. That's the beep. That beep means was that it? Yeah, that had to be it. Hey! Yo, man, people are crazy out here. All right, so we did hear the beep. It said beep beep. That was a signal that our end of our train has passed, you know, the point of our distance counter. So we're all clear now and good to go. So we should, now that we're clear of the siding, get the actual line speed, the full line speed, which is about 55 miles per hour for us now. So let's go ahead and add some throttle in and pick up some speed. We have traffic waiting for us. We don't want to take all day. All right, up to notch. Oops, sorry. Up to notch 5. We are going 0.2% downhill right now, so that's going to help us gain some speed. Sorry. Do our best not to go too quick though, but we'll do what we can do. We'll do what we can do. Do you have to use dispatch all the time? On this server, yes, you do. You have to use the AI dispatcher, which is built in. And if a real player, so think of it, if you guys know Flight Sim, like Flight Sim, how if you're on VAT Sim, if VAT Sim is like, if there's a player online controlling, then you have to talk to that player. If there is no player online, then you have to talk to anybody. Now, on this server, they do have the ability to have a player as the dispatcher for certain sections of the track. And if a player is online running the dispatch, you have to talk to that player on dispatch. Now, if he's not online, like right now, then we have to talk to the AI dispatcher. The AI dispatcher handles everybody. It handles the AI traffic, and it handles the player traffic. So that's why I was saying that this player at the next siding here, which we're going to come up in a little bit, in a few miles, is waiting for us to pass so that dispatch can then clear him to continue. I don't know again if dispatch is going to put us in the next siding for the AI train. I don't really know how that works for the AI. Like, do players get priority over AI? Is it first come, first serve? I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. Thank you, Sean and Madison, for being a member of the channel. Really appreciate you guys' support. Seriously. What's up, Blue? Are you doing okay tonight? Thanks for the Run 8 Train Sim live stream. I'm doing good, Sean. I'm doing good, man. I'm honestly happy to be back, like, live. Happy to be hanging out with you guys. I've been needing to do a Train Sim stream, whether Train Sim World or Run 8 for a long time. Not 7 milepost 194.3. We just passed there. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a Train Sim stream for a long time, and things keep coming up and whatever. So I'm glad to finally be able to do one for you guys. Captain DMV, welcome back to the stream. Man, good to see you. Funny enough, I was driving Dresden to Leipzig last night and back to Dresden, my favorite German route in the game right now. I think I may have to agree. Like, I know it's not like new because half of it already existed before Train Sim World 6, but yeah, it is one of my favorite, maybe might be my favorite German route right now. on Train Sim World 6. What's up, Austin Railfan Productions in-house virtual railfan Darwin Moment? Yes, sir. Matthias, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on the chat. There is defect detector,
temperature 36 degrees,
which I like to set. I like to set distance counters for that. I thought I had it able to go in reverse. I guess not. Alright, we'll have to pay attention to these signals. We very well may get a slowdown because of the traffic ahead of us, so we gotta watch out for that. I do have a on my PDF here. I have a Union Pacific Railroad signal aspect cheat sheet, so I can know what each of these signals means. We got a green over red coming up, which just proceed clear right now. What else you guys talking about? Howdy, Austin Railfan. Howdy, Grumpy Gamer. Welcome to the stream. Good evening to you guys. Is there a tutorial for this game? Unfortunately, not really. There are a few YouTubers who've made unofficial tutorials, which I would recommend checking those out. And I've been debating a long time on making some of my own running tutorials because it is a learning curve. I'll be honest, guys. This game is not for 192.5 UP. Who are we again? 77, 72 clear. Yeah, it's a learning curve getting into this game. It really is. It truly is. What do I think about Train Sim World 6? I think it's cool. I mean, it's a continuation of the last 4 Train Sim. I don't know. It's a continuation of the last 6 Train Sim Worlds. It is definitely, you know, progressing and getting better little by little every year. But again, I've made videos already talking about how I'm not a fan of the yearly release cycles at all. But yeah, I play it from time to time. I do. I just wish there were more. I wish there were more new routes that actually had, or old. I wish there were more new and old routes that had the actual Train Sim World 6 features, and by that I mean, you know, the train faults and the passenger announcements and stuff. Like, it's kind of discouraged me. Oh, here's the traffic up ahead. Yeah, I just realized my lights weren't on. We'll turn them on when we pass this guy. Alright, so here it is. There's a Toast of Joseph on the left. Alerter. Alright, lined up, looks good. You see he has his lights dim for us as well, which is nice. Give him a quick honk and say hello. He honked back at us. Not sure if you can hear it, but he did honk back at us. Alright, we can turn the lights back up, which I forgot to turn on in the first place. Kill the bell. Speed looks good. Speed limit is 55. We're doing 54. We're doing really good. We'll pull back one more notch. So he'll be pretty happy to see us pass. He's been waiting for us for the last however long it's been. Hopefully dispatch is nice to him. Pull back the throttle a little bit more. But yeah, I just wish the train some.
Joe, East on Main.
I just wish that
2021.
That I wish that we had more routes with the Train Sim World 6 feature. That's really all. That's all. So I'm gonna see if I can do some signal calls, even though Union Pacific doesn't really do them, I don't think. But I want to practice them. So, like, for example, when we come to the next signal, which is most likely going to be clear, we'll say Union Pacific. We'll say UP 7772. Would it be in the west? I guess west. Is it west or north? Union Pacific 7772 north, west. So west, clear. And then the milepost, which I don't know what the milepost is yet. I'll have to read that. We'll see. Let's see what it is. And we'll make the call here. Alright, here it is. So UP 7772. There's no number on that one. Of course there's not. Which means I don't have to say anything. I should have hit the distance counter on the beginning of that sighting so I can see when we get clear of the sighting. We'll do it next time we see a signal, if I remember. But yeah, I just wish, as I was saying, sorry for repeating myself, that the train, I wish there were more routes on Trains in World 6 that had the new features, which are the train faults and the passenger announcements. That's what I wish. And unfortunately, even the new routes that are coming out don't have the new features, which is ridiculous to me. So, but anyways, changing the subject. The only route you play is Cajon Pass, really? What do you think of it? Do you like it? I mean, of course you do. You saw you play. All right, man. Dean Plays. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry you can't stay in chat. It's 3:35 a.m. here in the UK. Take care. Hope to see you streaming again. Yeah, man. Have a great morning to you. And thanks for stopping by and saying hello, man. I really appreciate it. Really do. What do I think of the Santa Fe pack? Have you ever played it? I did. I played it a little bit. I'll be honest. I didn't play it a lot. I played it a little bit. I can't remember why I didn't play it much. There's a reason why. It didn't capture me the way I was hoping it would. I was excited for some new American content on Train Sim World. I think one of the main issues that I had with Cajon Pass was that they didn't update like the route at all. It's the same. How old is that route now? 4 years old, maybe. It was the same old out-of-date route with a new gameplay pack. So, yeah, I really wish, because what sucks is that the versions of Train Sim World after Cajon Pass is where they really upgraded the way they did scenery. And if they could go back to Cajon Pass and redo the scenery like they do now, that route will be something else, man. It'd be really, really nice. That'd be really nice. Didn't buy Trains in World 6. Have a ton of trains in TSW5. I'm okay with what I got. Honestly, I don't think it's a bad move, man. Alright, there's a milepost 1873.
QP detector.
Another milepost detector.
187.3 ambient temperature.
Is this controller better than the Rail Driver? It's relative, and it's preference as well. I have personally decided that this is going to be my main train controller for now on. I do still have the Rail Driver. I've been using Rail Driver for years. I really enjoy it. But I like the way this one feels. This one feels heavier. It's larger. It's sturdier. It's more generic, of course. It doesn't have like the specific, you know, freight train controls. This is more of a generic, like there's no branding on it. Like it's super generic, and a lot of people probably don't like that it's so generic, and I get it. It's fine. But yeah, I have grown to like it. I like the tension. I like how stiff it is. It feels. It just feels really nice, and so that's why I've chosen to use it. I mean, listen to that click. Like, the clicks are sturdy as well. All right, what's our speed? 52? All right, we're good. We're good. Trains World 6 supposed to be coming out with a Southern Pacific route. Other third parties supposed to be making it in the future. Yeah, and that's kind of what we're depending on right now for Trains World in particular is third parties to kind of fill the gaps in the American routes. I just wish we had more American third parties for Train Sim World, because we're getting so little American content in Train Sim World, and it's just because, you know, Dovetail does like maybe one American route a year, and then all the other ones are third parties. So yeah. You know, that's what I'm saying, Grumpy Gamer. You that's me beating my chest right now. That's me saying that's my heart right there, man. That's what I've been telling people for years. I wish, and listen, if I was a game designer, if I knew how to make games, I would make this game my darn self. But I'm hoping somebody's making it. And that is, I would love a train, I would love a train sim that's just like American Truck Sim, except trains, where you have the ability to extend state by state, subdivision by subdivision, however you want to do that. And in all honesty, I mean, as much as I would love for it to be full scale, it could also not be full scale. I hear coming up on the railroad crossing. Let me find out where we are. So we just passed by. Olive Avenue. And we're coming up on North Madera and the Madera Industry Park soon. There's like six roads right here. So hold on. I think there's one more. 4th Street. There will be another one later. So this is the North Madera Industrial Park here, or the entry into it on the left. That's what that siding goes to. It's a very short siding, but you can actually back up and go to an entire industrial park back there. It's all modeled, I believe, as well. Actually, I know it's modeled. Alright, that should be the last one for a little bit. For a little bit. A lot of crossings there in just a little bit of time. But yeah, that's what I love about Run 8, man, is that, like, I love that not the railroad crossing thing, that's cool too, of course, but anybody has that. But I love that when you come up on a siding or an area, you know that there's more track actually modeled there. So again, if we had pulled into that siding, which we wouldn't have fit, it's only 950 feet long, we could have backed in. If we're doing like a local job, there'd be a whole industrial park back there that we just passed that you could work. And as we go through and see various sidings, many of them are fully modeled like that. If there's a industrial park or some sort of industry or customer there. What we're driving today is a road train. This is not a local. So we only have one stop later on. I think it's I have to take a look and check. We have one stop later on where we need to make a drop off of a few cars for a customer. And then after that, we'll continue to our destination. So we do have one drop off, assuming we make it that far. Mohammed Kachar, welcome to the stream. It says, hello, Blue. Happy to see you streaming some content about trains. I just finished a scenario on Train Sim World 3. Wow, you're still playing Train Sim World 3. That's crazy. Like, I get like Train Sim World 5, but Train Sim World 3 is crazy. That's old game. You need to upgrade, bro. Alright, we got 70 miles per hour. I think we still gotta do 55 because of our train type. What kind of train are you operating again? Are you a local? I think I just answered that actually. Yeah, I did just answer that. I like them switching Run 8 live stream. Wait, what? I like them switching Run 8 live stream and no live stream videos. I don't understand what you mean there, Sean. You like? Oh, hold on. We got a flashing yellow over red. What does that mean again? That's an advanced approach, I believe. If you just slow down, proceed, prepare to stop, second signal, freight trains, exceed 40. All right, let's slow down. All right, so remember, we do have traffic coming the opposite direction. So I'm just gonna put this thing into the dynamic, get down to 4 miles an hour. Are we looking for a prepare to stop or no? Oh, we do gotta prepare to stop. Yep. I got a solid yellow over red up ahead too. So I think you're gonna put us in the siding here. I think they're gonna put us in the siding here. All right, going over to dynamic braking, we'll get slowed down. So yeah, so yellow flashing over red is again advanced approach. So we just slow down to 4 miles an hour. And then next I'm seeing a yellow over red, which is a approach signal, which means that we need to prepare to stop. Or sorry, no, it's a diverging approach, I think. Is it a diverging approach? I think it's diverging approach. Alright, we're slowing down. Either way, we need to slow down to 30 miles an hour and prepare to stop if needed. So I got the dynos on, and she's bringing it back to 30. If you do low-key like the fact that there's more crossings than in trains and world. I mean, it depends. This particular section of track had more crossings, but I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that it's run 8. It's just that this section of track. What's up, Elvis Best? Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. Diego, welcome aboard as well. Your PS4 is jailbreak. This is why I still have Train Sim World 3. You try 4 and 5 and they don't work. Ah, I see, I see. I see. Alright, so are they going to put us in the siding here? No. We're still lined up straight. But is that a red up there? Yeah, I think it might be a red. And I do see a train. So we have a meet up right here. We got a meet right here. We got a meet up. Love it. Love it, love it. He's running something on the siding. Anything diverging is on to other main track. Yeah, so that wasn't a diverging one then. That, because we're not diverging, we're continuing the main, but we are gonna have to slow down and potentially even stop. Probably will for this other train. It probably would be smart if I had hit the distance counter there. How long is this siding? Let me check. We're 6,700 feet long. We're pulling into this, looks like S Notarb, so it's like 8,300 feet siding, which means that both me and the next train, depending on how long that other train is, should be able to fit in this siding at the same time. Let me know, chat, if the sounds are okay. If the music is too loud, I can turn the music off if you want. If you can or cannot hear the train, there's not much to hear. Alright, we're gonna give it a little bit of throttle forward. I don't want to get too slow, but we'll creep in here. Y'all see the traffic up there? Yep, he's already in the siding. Pulling through. Milepost 179. What's up, Luke? Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you as well, man. Thanks for coming out. I like switching cars to industry, Sean. I do like doing that. I thought about doing it today. I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? Let's just do a road train. Again, this train does have a stop. Let me find out where the stop is so I can tell you guys. Because our destination is Roseville, California. And we need to stop at Modesto. Yeah, we gotta stop at Modesto Yard to drop off 3 cars. No pickups today, just drop off. And then from there, we'll continue to the end of the Fresno subdivision. Alright, there's that traffic. So notice how he turned off his bright lights for me. I'm gonna do the same. Wait, did I do the same? There we go. There we go. Got 3 on the front. Yeah, I should have turned my distance counter on so I would know when I was clear that signal behind me. If you look at the dispatcher map, you'll see we're meeting right here. We both have the red signal as we're going into the siding. There's also another train behind him. So what might happen is dispatch might hold us here at this red and allow that second AI by as well. I'm not sure how they're gonna dispatch us. if I was dispatched, well, since I'm priority, if I was dispatched, I would have our train. I would hold him at Chochilla and send us through via the siding around him. But again, I don't know if dispatch knows that we are a priority train. There's no indication on the map that we're priority at all. It might just be a server thing, because the server says that we're priority. All right, so you can actually see that train is still pulling over there. We're still not fully in either. So we're gonna pull all the way up to this red signal and make sure our train is fully in the siding. To make sure, because if we don't pull all the way in, then we're both just gonna be gridlocked here, which would not be cool. How is 2026 treating you, and how is the baby? I mean, it's good. I mean, it's not bad, not great. It's just kind of like a continuation, honestly, of last year. All right, let's get stopped here. I think I see the end of his train. Yeah, I do. I do. Let's get ready to stop here. We're doing 17. I'm gonna start getting on the brakes here. And then I gotta get up for just a bit and get my wife a blanket. She says she's cold in the back. A little bit more brakes there. Alright, let's go neutral. Alright, he is clear of the junction. Alright, we got the green now. Are we clear? We are clear. I'm gonna stop here for a quick, like I said, quick second. There we go. There's the independent brakes on max. We got our throttle neutral. We'll set our revert. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do that there. All right, so it says proceed on signal indication. We'll tell dispatch, hey, give me just a second. I need to check something in the back. So like I said, I'm gonna go get a blanket for my wife. She's getting cold in the back there. So give me a quick bit, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry for the wait. Gonna give you guys a nice little view of the train. For you guys that are just joining us, there's our mixed manifest train. All right, BRB. All right, I'm back. Thanks for your patience, chat. Thanks for your patience. We are ready to roll out. I'll tell you what, she got lucky that we put up on a stop there because in run 8 there is no pause. All right, so it looks like dispatch did give us priority, which is sick. They're gonna send us out of no tarb through into the Chochilla siding to meet up with the Z train. All right, so let's get the camera back on. There we go. All right, again, if you guys are just joining us, this is Run 8 Train Simulator. We're using the Train Sim TCX train controller. Let's go ahead and go auto brake off. Auto brake right here. That's gonna release. We didn't put a lot of brakes in, so we should have to air up too bad. And then I'm actually gonna bring, we're actually on a grade, a downhill grade, so we don't have to really do a hill start much, but it's for me just good practice to do hill start procedure everywhere I go. A little bit of throttle forward, and we'll slowly bring back that independent brake. How old is this game? Very old. I don't even remember how old it is. I actually have it written down somewhere. Let me see. Check my phone. Let me see, how old is this game? Somebody in chat might call it out before I can find it, but she pretty old, as you can see. All right, throw some throttle in there. Where is my running notes? Other notch. Another notch. Bro, I don't know. I'm about to give up looking. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here. 2012. 2012 is when Run 8 was released. How many years is that? A manifest priority train over a Z train. Union Pacific managers would be making phone calls real quick. All right, we're rolling. We're rolling. Yeah, I think Z trains technically would be priority, right? I think that's what Z means. All right, brace route released. Lights back on. And on to our next meet. After that next train, I think it's going to be the last bit of traffic we're going to see for the foreseeable future. But this is why I like the whole dispatcher function and multiplayer as well, because you get that traffic. It's really cool. Like, it's one thing to drive around and never get a red signal, just clear the whole way. Like, that kind of gets boring over time, but it just adds so much flavor to your flight when you gotta actually to your drive. It adds so much flavor to your drive. You have to deal with, you know, stopping and starting for other traffic, getting in your way, maneuvering around that and stuff like that. I think it adds so much, man. It adds so much. Muhammad says, but even the game is old, I still play it like a real ride. I love the theme, and I am training to learn every day something new. And thanks to you, Blue, I have learned a lot. Nice. I'm glad I could help, man. Norfolk Southern Horseshoe Head, welcome to the stream. Says you started playing back in 2013. Wow, so you've been here almost since the beginning. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. I should be asking you for tips for real. What time is it? I think I'm running like morning or something like that. Obviously in real life it's nighttime, and I didn't want to drive at night today, so I changed the time. It is kind of like foggy, hazy out right now. Z trains are hot trains. They get everything out of the way. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I knew that was a thing. Like, technically, we would be the hot train, even though we're not a Z train. But based on the server rules in the operations center, we would be the hot train. But not because we're Z, just because we got to get there. Wanted. Have you seen this man? That's funny. Where am I from? I'm from Houston, Texas. Where's the alerter? Kill it. I forgot the distance counter again, darn it. I got a crossing coming up. Milepost 176.3. Yeah, I did that all wrong. That horn was all wrong. Alright, where are we now? So, you don't see it on the stream or on the screen, but also on my computer. Oh, that's a little customer sighting right there. I have a PDF that you can get from the Depot website. It's actually public. You can get all these PDFs from the Depot website. That shows the entire track line and all of the railroad crossing, the detector points, the sightings, the customers, all that stuff like that is listed. So we just passed by Valley Grain Products, VGP. And we're coming along. So Cowchilla, I'm not sure if it's Cowchilla or Coachella. Cowchilla has a bunch of industries. We're gonna see a bunch of sightings and industry sightings on our left. A lot of it we probably won't actually see Because I'm assuming it's gonna be like kind of like tucked back behind some buildings or something. But again, another area where if you were running locals, you could go back here to some local switching and pick up some customer jobs, drop off some customer freight. And I'm not sure what the serving yard would be. It might be Fresno. Fresno might serve this area. I assume it probably is Fresno. I don't see any other yard out here that would serve it. It's got to be Fresno. Does Modesto have a yard? I'm not sure if Modesto has a yard. I think the nearest yard would be Fresno. Yeah. All right, we're back on the road again. Happy New Year to you as well, Idiot League Gaming. Good to see you, man. Big Mike from Tennessee. Nice. I love Tennessee. I went on vacation there a few years ago. Really enjoyed it. Out in the mountains of Tennessee. All good, Muhammad. All good. You're from Algeria. We have one railway company, and it has a big history and large number, mostly U.S. locomotives. Really? Really? So they have U.S. locomotives in Algeria running trains. That's interesting. That's really interesting, honestly. Like, my question is, like, what kind of plane did they put a locomotive on and get it out there? It's called the SNTF. I'm gonna look that up. SNTF. Algeria. Yep, it came up immediately. Let's watch our speed. Yep, I found it. SNTF. It's not English, but that's okay. I just want to see pictures. That's cool. You don't really think of trains when you think of Algeria. That's sweet. That's pretty cool. Trains of the world are very interesting to me. I find myself watching a lot of documentaries about trains. Modesto has a BNSF yard. One of my coworkers hired out of Modesto. Oh, nice, really? Yeah, so the way Run 8 works is there's actually two sides of the Fresno subdivision. There's the Fresno side and there's the Stockton side. So they're actually, I don't have a map for you right now, but it's actually two lines that run side by side going northbound. And the Fresno subdivision is the Union Pacific line, and then the Stockton subdivision is the BNSF line. It's always so interesting how like these competing.
Milepost 172.7 ambient temperature 38 degrees.
How these competing railroads don't share. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to the same place, but they don't share the same railroad. And so you could run either of those on Run 8. They're both here. So we're on the Union Pacific side, which I've actually never been on. I usually run on the BNSF side, the orange side, the pumpkin side. I love switching cars and taking cars to industry. I don't really like road trains. It's kind of boring. I feel you. I feel you. I think it just kind of comes to taste, you know? Just like with people who like doing passenger trains. All right, let's just slow down. We got a diverging here. Double yellow, which means, wait, how did this get separate? How did I get it separate? I want you there. Double yellow. Diverging approach. Let's come up quick too, and I see the traffic as well. We want to hit that at what, 40? Probably 30, or what's coming up quick? It's coming up quick. All right, heavy on the dynamic brake there. Oh wait, oh this is not it. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. Right? No, this is not it. Okay, it scared me. I'm like, there's no way we're hitting that right there. Ooh boy, that's the one of the industries for the local job right there behind the gate. Yep, there's some cars over there for pickup. That scared me. I was like, there's no way I'm pulling over that soon. All right. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Slowing it down. I got a railroad crossing coming up. Nice guy. Good to see you, man. Nice to see you riding again. Yeah, bro. I know. I know. Good to see you too, bro. Have you been on Run 8 lately, or you been doing other things? I know you're part of the late night crew. They put them on, oh, they put them on big old ships. That makes sense. Yeah, actually. It actually makes more sense to put a train on a ship than a plane. I keep missing my railroads crossings. My bad. But yeah, I was saying that like in Train Sim World, for example, I've learned that there's multiple styles of of gameplay. There's high-speed trains. There's freight trains. There's like the more commuter style trains where you're stopping every like minute. Like the more, I call them like bus routes, basically, where you're like stopping and starting. Like I don't like that personally. I don't like that type of train driving. If I have to stop and start every few minutes or a couple minutes, I'll do it. I have to be in the mood for it. I don't mind it sometimes, but I prefer the express type, where I'm driving longer distances, higher speeds. But when it comes to freight trains in particular, I tend to like the road trains. I know it's longer, it's not as exciting, but I kind of like just like we're doing today, just sitting back and riding, man. Now I do like doing switching as well. I do actually like that. Matter of fact, Run 8 and the game Railroader are the reasons why I like switching. I used to think I didn't like switching. I used to hate it. Because again, my first train sim ever, for you guys who don't know, was Train Sim World. And unfortunately, switching is not fun at all in that game, in my opinion. And the reason why I don't think it's fun is because there's no purpose. Like it tells you, okay, go to this track. All right, now you're on this track, go to this track. Like it doesn't really give you a big picture. Like if they were to say, hey, you have this big train to break up, do it however you want, but you need to go ahead and break this train up and get it into all these tracks. Or if it's the other way around, where it's like, okay, it's like 3 tracks of scattered cars, freight cars, and you need to put all these trains together, put all these box cars together on a train to depart. Like that would be more interesting than the way they do it, where they like hold your hand every step of the way. Plus, even when you're done, hold on, got a light off. All right, we're diverging here into the siding. We'll hit the distance counter so we don't forget. Once we kind of get to that straight part of the siding. This particular siding is... How long is this siding? How long is this siding? This siding is the Coachella siding, 8,000 feet, so plenty of space. We're 6,700 feet long. Plenty of space. All right, let's go ahead and hit the distance counter now. There we go. So we'll know when the back of our train is actually past the this point. And we'll let her roll through here. We'll add some speed. Brakes are all released. Don't have to go that slow. We do 25 here on this siding. And there's that industry I was telling you guys about on the left. You can barely see it. It's like an industry track. Spurs off there. That's a pretty big industry. That's where the Castle Warehouse is, Snyder Industries, LB Foster, Owlwire. I don't know what they do, but it's a bunch of customers and industries back in there that you could deliver to if you're doing it local. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, if Train Sim World had more purpose behind switching, I may enjoy it more. Plus, when you finish the scenario of switching, it then resets. Like, it doesn't matter, right? But in Run 8, when you do switching, like, those cars are there. And now you have to do something else with them if you want. It depends. If you're on single player, it's up to you if you want to, like, build a train and then run the train to its destination, or have an AI run it. On Run 8 in multiplayer, like, this particular server, the depot server, everything matters. So, like, for example, this train that I'm driving right now was built by someone. Let's see, when was it built? This train was built back on the 4th, so a few days ago, 4 days ago, this train was built back in West Colton Yard, over like in the LA area, basically. So somebody, I don't know who, it doesn't say who built it. So I think it might say it somewhere, but yeah, somebody 4 days ago built this train, and then somebody else, or maybe the same person, but it's probably somebody else, then took this train from that yard back in LA and drove it all the way up to the point at which we picked it up today. And I love that so much. I love like knowing that I'm just a small piece in a larger, you know, puzzle. And so we're gonna try to complete this job today. And so there won't need to be another player pick this up afterwards, but we'll see. Again, it kind of depends. How far have we gotten? We probably make some pretty good time, I think. After this, we shouldn't have any more traffic. We maybe should be able to hit line speed the rest of the way, all the way up to Modesto Yard. Is it Modesto we're picking up at? I think we're going to Modesto, or I should say dropping off. All right, our end of our train is clear. Actually, no, it's not. We still got 2,000 feet to go. 2,000 feet to go. When is my next flight stream? Hopefully tomorrow. Any more on the new AGS South live stream in the future? Yeah, maybe. Alright, that beep sound is the dispatch tone. Somebody's toning up dispatch. You're on the A line pretty much every other night. Just got done switching Taft. Built the A784, 777, and 799. Taking a break and will run a late night empty coal out of Orlando. Man, you have definitely been busy. That's what I'm talking about right there. Like people like Nice Guy who's in chat right now out there building trains and doing locals. You know what I mean? And it's some other player, or he could take it himself, or driving it to their destinations, or at least down the line. I almost hopped on A line, but there was like 12 people on the server on SoCal today. It's like, you know what? I'll hop in there and join the rest of the traffic. He used to work there as an engineer, and now he is chief traction. They control the trains in all of the Constantine region, and sometimes he rides trains as an observer. I never heard of that. Chief of traction. That sounds like a really cool job title. What does he do exactly? Can you kind of break that down? That's interesting. All right, it's like now that train is clear, and we're also clear of his signal. We can actually continue without stopping. Do the cleared signal here as we get back on the main line. Yeah, there's really not any industrial simulation or gameplay in Train Sim World. That's not completely true. It's true. They do have some scenarios and some timetable services in Train Sim World that allow you to kind of do some industry switching. But they don't really call it that. Like, it's not as obvious that that's what you're doing. It just kind of, you just kind of follow what they say do. So it doesn't really feel the same. But they do have industry. They do have some industry stuff, just not much. Again, they don't model a lot of the lines that go off of the main line too often. It's usually like just A to B and not a lot happening in between. But they do have it. I'll give them credit. They do have it. It's just not, again, it doesn't really matter. Unless you care about XP points, which I could care less about. Idiot League Gaming, I personally ran the A754 UP to Fitzgerald yard. And you run a save. That's funny. That's funny. Grumpy Gamer says, I'm in the process of building your Airbus cockpit setup. Nice. Moved into your wife's old craft room, so a new off-road. Congrats on that, man. That sounds like a pretty fun project. What are you using for your cockpit? Are you using like Wind Wing? Are you using some of the more heavy-duty official stuff? That's pretty sweet. Rob GM2, I know trains can allow you, trains with a Z, can allow you to do industry. I'm building industry route at the moment while watching the stream. You know what? I gotta give credit to trains. I had somebody request me try it. I've not done any content or any videos or anything like that on the Trains with a Z game. But I did check it out. There's this one guy, I honestly can't remember his name, I apologize. He's on my Discord. He always posts a lot of Trains with a Z screenshots on my Discord screenshot section on the Trains, and I've been so impressed by the screenshots that he posts, and I'm like, wow, that looks so good. Like, what is this game? And so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna download it. So I downloaded it, and I mainly tried the stuff that's built in. I found out that he's using his game is heavily modded. And so in order to kind of get my game modded the way he had his, I learned how much it was going to cost me, and that changed my mind. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't really know that I want to do this that much, to pay that much money to get all these mods. It's not just how much it costs, but also the effort that goes into the things that you got to do to get that game to be modded to look as good as some people do. But I will say there's some people out there like you, Rob, who are making some really cool routes, some really cool scenarios. And that's what mostly attracted me to the game, was seeing how you could customize. You make your own route, you could customize that. Like, it's really a really cool setup. And I believe they also just released on console not too long ago. It made a big deal about that not too long ago. By the way, we have to hook up with Reshade. It's a game changer, really. I've been really avoiding Reshade on like every game. I've known about Reshade since I used to play since I play X-Plane. I still play X-Plane. Hold on. Alright, milepost 1665, UP says that's too clear. Alright, let's go. Alright, full speed ahead, chat. I don't see any more traffic in the way. We're clear all the way to Modesto. Gotta find out exactly which Modesto we need to drop off at, but that's a ways from now. Let's see, what milepost of Modesto are we? It's a milepost 114. We're at 150. So that's like 50 miles away. Yeah, we're like an hour from there. Yeah, so I know of Reshade. I know people use Reshade for Microsoft Flight Sim, and I've had it before, but I've been trying to avoid using it really for anything. But I know it is a game changer. Have they changed at all the way Reshade works, or how you download it, or how you use it, or is it the same as it's always been? Grumpy Gamer says, yeah, you're switching to WinWing. Nice. Yeah, what's cool about WinWing is you can basically create a whole Airbus cockpit just using WinWing. So I would recommend that. It's much cheaper that way too. Or Wing Control, their new name. But yeah, I would love to see your game, nice guy, with your Reshade and what settings you got and all that. You got a ton of aftermarket stuff as well, mostly free content, and I buy some stuff on the sale. Your girlfriend's brother plays Renee with some guys he knows. That's crazy, the fact that you know somebody else in real life that plays Renee. It blows my mind. That is so rare to know somebody else in real life that also plays train sims, period. But that's cool, that's pretty cool. You and your girlfriend's brother must be pretty good friends. What does your girlfriend think about you spending so much time on trains? Sean Madison says, I got Train Simulator on Xbox, as I just wish they had more routes you can buy like on the computer. Yeah, you're not going to get that on console, unfortunately. What makes Trains special, Trains with a Z, special, is the mods and third-party stuff, and unfortunately you're not going to get most of that on console. Don't know if I saw earlier, I used to be Big... Oh, yeah, okay, I know you, Big Jess. You changed your name. Yeah, I wouldn't... I'm glad you said that. I would not have put that together. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. That's cool. Let you make it a cockpit. Really excited for you. Alright, we're running up to run 8 now. Notch 8. Let's see, anybody on the server still? Yeah, we got a few people on. Well, these are all the people. Oh, Tommy is on this on. What's up, Tommy? So these are all the people who are on the server right now. I don't know where they are, but they're on the server. I don't know. It was easy for me to set up though. Okay. I mean, I'm willing. I'm open-minded to check it out. I don't know if I'll download it, but I can at least look and see what it looks like. Because if I get in a reshade, I'm gonna end up throwing it on Flight Sim too. You know what I mean? Like, it's the whole thing. He also has a week every 3 months where he is on standby in case of an accident, supervising the evacuation of the tracks and investigation. Everything I've told you is a rank he earned. Oh, cool. Oh, it's raining. What the heck? Do I have a wiper button? Did I map a wiper button? Is it this one? Oh, it is. I did map a wiper button. Okay, it's raining up here in NorCal. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Bring the power back a little bit. Alright, like I said, we should not get any more stops or any more slowdowns from what I understand, unless any more traffic enters on the line that we're not expecting. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. We actually have a CO2 laser cutter coming tomorrow, so I'll use it to cut wood. Do you know CST Gaming, Grumpy Gamer? I think you might. But I know he's kind of doing the same thing you're doing. If you do know him or if you don't know him, check out his channel, CST Gaming. He's actually also building an Airbus setup using some things are WinWing, some things are not. But he actually has been documenting. Yeah, you follow him. All right, cool. Yeah, he's been documenting his whole process of building his Airbus at home setup. Rob says he is a cool dude. Your girlfriend's brother, she loves it. Her dad is a model railroader too. Oh my god, that poor girl. His work life was aviation, and you work in aviation too. Oh, okay, you just got points. So you work in aviation and you like trains. What's up, man? Love it. I love it. I'm gonna switch the camera over because there's really not much going on my hands here, so you guys can see the face for a little bit. Let me know if you get tired looking at me. I just feel like I'm talking to y'all, so like I want you guys to see my face. No, that's cool. That's really cool. It's funny that like she was like born into like a railroad family, and her brother, her dad, and now her freaking boyfriend are all, you know, rail fan nerds, aka foamers, which is funny. I feel like she should like trains. She's inherited it. Maybe she just likes trains, like trained men. Maybe she likes men who like trains. Maybe that's what it is. Sean Madison says, this is SM Rail Production. This is my new channel. Oh, okay. Sean Madison. Yeah. You changed your name too. Oh, I wouldn't have known that. Dope. Andy Boyce, welcome back, man. Good to see you. Good evening to you as well, and Happy New Year. Yes, this is my first stream of the year. This is my first stream of the year, so thank you, man. Happy New Year to you as well. 34 years of experience in the railways. Nice. Wow, nice. So he is using the same plans as you are. That's dope. Grumpy Gamer. SOGIF this. Welcome to the stream, man. How is... Wait, what? Doing industries in single player. Oh, how is doing industries in single player versus multiplayer server? I have to tag every car in the game. AI doesn't do anything. Almost all car at industry sightings are tagged none. Any advice? Is that snow? Are we getting snow now? So the difference in multiplayer versus single player is it really depends on the server. If you're on a server that does all that for you, then that's much easier. So for example, I'm on the Depot Plus server, and the Depot Plus server handles all of the car tagging and all that. I don't know anything about how to tag cars at all. the server does it all, and I go and I pick a job and I run the job, or I run the local, or I do the industry, whatever, right? I don't have to worry about tagging because they're already tagged for me. So that's the big difference. In single player, it's up to you to have the knowledge to tag everything, which is unfortunate, which is why I say there's a big learning curve to play this game, because if you don't know, you don't know. So unfortunately, I don't have any advice for you. I very rarely play single player for that exact reason. So I honestly don't know. Never realized how many crossings are on this section. Rob, you served in the Navy. You were stationed on a cruiser as a GM gunner, mate. So I got the ship, aviation, and railroad love. Wow, yeah. That's actually really cool. That's really, you're a very interesting person. Michael Taylor, welcome to the stream, my friend. Hello from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Good to see you, man. Hope you're having a good evening, a good night, a good morning, whatever time it is. Actually, Pittsburgh, that would be nice. So it's 11 for you. Welcome, man. Good to see you. I'll beat down. There is a Run 8 single player YouTuber, explains basically everything about everything. Look up Warren Van Ross. There you go, man. Look up Warren Van Ross. Yeah, I don't do any single player. I did when I got into Run 8, I think I first hopped into the Highball server. I assume those guys are still around. I haven't been on there in a long time. Really cool server, very welcoming, great group of people. Really, I learned a lot from them. Was able to ask questions about, you know, how different things work, so I learned a lot. So that's basically what I did. I got into Run, because that's what attracted me to Run 8 originally. Like, if I want to do single player, I could just do Train Sim World or Railroader, which I still love Railroader, and I play that multiplayer too. But the main pull for me when I first discovered Run 8 was that it was multiplayer. So I was like, yeah, I'm of course gonna dive right into multiplayer. DMV says, I got my ticket for Flight Sim Expo 2026. Can't wait to meet you again and all the streamer elites. A few pieces of equipment away from joining the grades. Nice. Yes, I have plans to be at Expo, Flight Sim Expo. Is that a crossing? I don't think it's a crossing. I heard some people on my Discord talking about, like, you know, hotels being sold out and stuff. I'm like, dang, I gotta start thinking about that. So I really have not put any thought at all into the trip to Expo, which is gonna be in Minneapolis, St. Paul this year. But I need to get signed up for media partner. I need to look at flights, or start tracking flights at least. I gotta start looking at hotels. There's a lot of planning to do, and I'm not great at planning trips. I'm not. My wife usually does that. Alright, what siding is that we're passing right now? That's a good question. I've not really been watching. So last time I checked, we were at Coachella. I want to say that might be either Lingard or Fergus. I'm not really sure. We'll see when we catch the next milepost where we are. The company I mentioned to you has put into service a new line from an iron ore mine to the port of Oran, a distance of 2,000 kilometers. I believe a new batch of locomotives will arrive from the USA. That's in Algeria, huh? Wow, wow. So they're like doubling down on the railroads out there. That's nice. Hey man, train, it works. Yeah, if you guys are interested in the game, Run 8. Again, I'm not sponsored by them. I don't know them personally. But I have the link to the game in the description, run8studios.com, as well as the server I'm on, which I really love and recommend. It is not the easiest to get into, I will warn you. It does require some significant train knowledge to get in here, but nothing you can't learn. If I can learn it, you can as well. But the depot, is it the depot server? Yeah, the depotserver.com. That link is also in the description. If you want to track my train drive for fun, I have the train tracker, which is a public train tracker out there. You can track my drive, my trip on the map and see exactly where we are. In Northern California, our train symbol is Mike Whiskey Charlie Romeo Victor 4. What that actually means, for those who are new to Train Sim or Run 8, because I didn't know this, I wish somebody would explain this to me when I first got into Run 8, is M is for manifest, WC is for West Colton, which is a yard over in LA area, and then RV is where we're going, which is Riverside. And then 04 is the date this train was created. So that's how you read that. But that's how you read that train symbol. But they're different if you're driving for BNSF or CSX or Norfolk Southern. So like each railroad has a different, like, you know, template for the train symbols. So you have to learn them all. You don't have to learn them all, but you know, I started off learning the BNSF ones. The BNSF ones make sense to me because it has a 3-digit departure and destination. The Union Pacific has a 2-digit departure and destination. So it's WC for West Colton and RV. Where BNSF, you have like BAR for Barstow. And you have, you know, yeah. Idiot Gaming says I'm learning to do the Che Job ride. Wait, Che Job ride with Mateo Tube. Oh yeah, Mateo Tube. Yeah, yeah. I'm honestly, that's another good one. I would recommend Mateo Tube and Highball servers for those who are getting in the Run 8. I think there's also a check ride though for Mateo's server. I've not actually really been on there much, but I've heard really good things about that server. Those are the best servers for Run 8. You can make your own, but there's a whole lot of hoops you got to jump through to make that happen. I've never done it, but if you want to make your own server or just run with a friend, that is definitely possible. Don't ask me, but I don't know how to do it, but I know you can. What's up? I have no name. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Let's go. Great Austin again. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on chat. I'm trying to catch up here. I'm trying to multitask. Great Austin says, "What's up, dude? I know you do a flight sim stuff. Do you have any tips for VAT sim? I just got beyond ATC, and I feel like I'm drinking from a fire hose." Well, I'll tell you what. Beyond ATC is a great place to start if you're trying to learn ATC. That's milepost 1531. Hold on, stand by on that, man. I'm gonna find out where we are. 1531. Okay, so we did pass Lingard. That's where we are. All right, I know where we are now. Tips. Well, I mean, you're already kind of doing what I would recommend you do, and that is use Beyond ATC or say intentions to kind of learn what you're supposed to say at what points. The cool thing about Beyond ATC is that it does show you on the screen the options of what to say and what to say and when to say it. So if you can remember that stuff and just take that to VATSIM, you should be fine. Okay, you'll say the exact same thing. It's a little bit less formal.
Sector, milepost 152.5.
Hold on. Longhorn. There it is. It's a little bit less, like you don't have to be as precise on VATSIM. Like say for example, let's see. Like a simple thing. When you first start a flight, an IFR flight on VATSIM, you would just say, hey, you know, United 116 requesting IFR to Atlanta. That's it. And you can say the exact same thing on Beyond ATC. There's different ways you can say that. I can say, hey, I mean, there's not many ways how you get United 116. We're looking for IFR. I mean, it's just, however you want to, like, you know, organize the words. As long as they're all there, you're good. You know what I'm saying? So don't like kill yourself too much on that. It gets more specific later on, like reading. I think the hardest part about VATSIM in particular, hold on again, is the clearance, the IFR clearance, like the read back. Because on Beyond TC or the AI platforms, you can read the, you know, IFR clearance. On VATSIM, that's not the case. So you got to get better at. So I would say that's the main thing I would practice is your IFR clearance. Try to remember it or write it down without having to read it word for word. Hey, get out of the way! Yeah. So try to practice memorizing your IFR clearances. They're always in the same order. They're always in the same format. The format you get it on Beyond TC or say Intentions is the same way you would get it on VATSIM. Alright, we're passing through another city, another town. Whew, a lot of horn action. Where are we? God, dog. There's a lot of things here. All right, this is the Western Industrial, another industrial park coming up. Is that a signal? Oh, what's going on here? Flashing yellow or red. Okay, I gotta slow down. Not sure why we're getting that signal. That is an advanced approach. We get down to 40 miles an hour now. Hopefully that VATSIM description helps. So that little turn right there goes to a place called Western Industrial Park. There's like a whole thing back there. I know you can't see it on screen, but there's a lot of track happening back there. Yep, look at that. Yep, there's a whole thing back there. Oh, wait, put that back. Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's at least 8 different pickups and industry tracks back down that route, down that way. All right, we should have a siding coming up on our left, which may be the reason why we're getting the slowdown here. We're gonna slow down to 40 miles an hour for now as we approach the South Fergus Junction, milepost 148. As the gates come down to the next railroad crossing. I should probably just stand on the horn at this point. What's up, T-Man Army? Welcome to the stream. Says Mr. Infinite Flight Days. Good to see you, man. OG in the house. It's Ricky G says it's complicated to understand their train IDs. Some are easy enough, such as intermodal and manifest, for example. Yeah, train IDs are tricky. The train symbols are tricky. What I did. All right, so we have it clear now. I don't know what slowed us down. Are we behind somebody? Yeah, we're good to go now. I would recommend, and this is what I did, is focus on one railroad company. So when I first got into Run 8, I saw the train symbols and I was like, what the heck does that mean? And why do I like it was so because this right here, this train symbol, this code literally gives you all the information you need to know about where you're going, where your train is at and where you're going. And It's very important to know in Run 8, because before Run 8, I never had to worry about that. Right? Like before Run 8, I was only playing Train Simulator Classic and Train Sim World, which always tells you where you got. Like you always know where you're going. There's not very many places you can go in Train Sim World, right? You're always going to the end of the track or halfway down the track, right? There's not a big deal there. They rarely will have a train symbol. Now I did learn later on that certain routes did have train symbols on the timetable, but they never mattered because, for one, all the trains are usually going to the same place, or again, it just didn't matter. So when I got into Run 8, I was like, what is this? I've never seen this before. I don't know what this means. But to my point, I recommend picking a company. So like if you're a CSX person and you like driving on the A line, I would just focus on learning the way that CSX organizes their train symbols. Same thing with Norfolk Southern. If you want to learn Norfolk Southern and run those trains, I would just run those trains and learn those symbols. The easiest ones, in my opinion, to learn are BNSF, and that's what I started with. But some people would say Union Pacific are easier, because it's more than just a destination. It also tells you what type of train it is. So like this is an M train for manifest in our case. There's also Z trains. There's various letters of trains that tells you what type of train it is. Maybe it's an intermodal train. Maybe it is a mixed freight train. Maybe it's a grain train, a priority train. All of that it tells you all that in the symbol. And if you know how to read them and decode them, then you'll know exactly what kind of train it is and where it's going. If you watch like those, what's that guy's name? Distant Signal. I love his channel. Distant Signal. You know, I don't know how he knows this stuff, but he knows the way all the CSX train symbols, and he knows exactly what kind of train is coming, based on the symbol and all that. It's just really cool. But yeah, just pick one and learn it. In M Racing, I'm a in real life CFI. When I start getting students, I would definitely recommend using VATSIM for practice. Yeah, you should. Another way you can recommend your students for practice that might be a little less intimidating than even VATSIM, and you also get coverage at more airports, is using the AI tools, if they can, if they can afford them, of course. Beyond ATC is one of them, and Say Intentions is another. Matter of fact, Say Intentions is my personal preference when it comes to AI ATC, but it's really good. You can use real world procedures. Yeah, I mean, and that's, in my opinion, that's what I would recommend. Like if somebody came to me like, hey man, I'm doing my real world flight training and I gotta learn how to talk to ATC because part of the flight training, what would you recommend? I would recommend a few things. It depends. Either Say Intentions, where you can use AI ATC to start learning. You could also use VATSIM, but you're gonna have to already know some knowledge to use VATSIM. And then you could also use Pilot Edge, which actually has an entire CAT rating system that teaches you step by step how to talk to ATC for VFR and for IFR, and it has transcripts all written down, and I use that myself to learn how to talk VFR for ATC. So those are the routes that I would personally recommend. Now I'm not a real life pilot or instructor, but from my flight sim experience, that's what I would recommend people to do, and those are ways that I've learned how to use ATC pretty confidently. Anyways, let me catch up on chat. I've been getting distracted. I'm sorry for those of you guys who've been talking in there. Let me see. Sean Madison says, I finally passed my Depot Plus, but I failed my orientation. Oh no. Didn't know how to set up a DPU. I broke my train apart, and now I have to do it over again. That sucks, man. Were the new American locomotives sent to Algeria, those blue AC-44 CWs? That's a good question. Gotcha. More. I feel like switching the radios without a physical unit is pretty tough. I've been using a pen and pad to write down squawk codes and frequencies, but flying the PNG 73 isn't easy. Yeah, that is, honestly, you're already on the right track. Definitely, if you can, use a pen and paper. I personally use my phone. I just type really quickly the frequency or the different parts of the IFR clearance, so I can read it back. That's what I do. But if you have or can afford a physical radio panel, it makes it much easier to change the radio as you're talking to ATC, because sometimes it's really hard to like listen and repeat. I get it. What else did I miss? I need them to add co-pilots to multiplayer. That would be next level. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I wish Microsoft Flight Sim would add a built-in shared cockpit. I 100% agree. Another siding here on the left. There's a that green thing is a switch to get into that siding, a manual switch. Bro, it's so hard to read chat and drive with all these railroad crossings. Alright. I've been enjoying Microsoft Flight Sim on PlayStation. Went from New York to London. Nice. I'm so happy we got Flight Sim on PlayStation. I never thought that day would come. Never did. Alright, we're passing. That's on the left. What is that? What is that siding on the left? Is that... No, that's not Arena. Oh, that was a dark siding, wasn't it? Oh, I will still have that on the map. I don't know what siding that was. We have another yellow, though. Is there something ahead of us? Milepost 1427. Oh, wait, that was an another industrial park we just passed. Alright, we gotta slow down.
Detector, milepost 142.6. Ambient temperature 34 degrees.
By the way, the defect detectors actually do work on Run 8. If we have like a hot box dragging brakes, any kind of like fault that the detector could normally catch in real life, it will tell us to stop and fix it. So that is simulated. The hardest IDs are the ones with 1 letter and 6 numbers. Yeah, I agree with that. X-Plane 12 with mods is superior to Microsoft Flight Sim. I think it's close. I think it's very close. Pretty much even. Pretty much even. CPKC, I think that's Canadian Pacific Kansas City, right? Has their unit oil and grain trains with them. I usually use an app called Heritage Unit and find the symbols catalog. I always wonder, where do people go to find train symbols in real life? Like, I know the train symbols from Run 8 because I get them from the depot website. So that's my source. But like, where do you go to find real life train symbols? Like, if I wanted to find out what trains actually run down the line next to my house, which I actually don't know, I did find a map of all the railroads to know that there's a crossing between Union Pacific and BNSF near me. But like, how do I know like what trains? Like, cause there's a regular train that passes through here like on a daily in the morning. I'm like, what train is that? Where's it going? You know, I never get to see it, but I don't know where to go to find that information. Train symbol catalogs. Is that like public? Have you ever thought about going for an in real life flight license? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, that is my dream, bro. Matter of fact, I hate that I don't have one already. Hopefully this will be my year. Hopefully this will be my year. What are my thoughts on the Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern merger? I don't really have much thoughts on it, to be honest. I mean, it's a big deal if it goes through, for sure. Union Pacific is a major railroad, and so is Norfolk Southern, so that'd be pretty crazy. I kind of like them being two different entities. Like, I would hate to see one or the other. Like, I think it's more of Union Pacific absorbing Norfolk Southern than the other way around, I believe. So if we were to lose a railroad, it'd be Norfolk Southern, I think, right? Which means we may lose all the black trains, which is, I don't want to lose the black trains. Those trains are cool. We don't have Norfolk Southern where I live, but I just think that the Norfolk Southern fleet is sick. Captain Cross Country, long time no see, man. What's going on, man? Good to see you, bro. I'm doing good, man. I am doing good. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing well. How are you and the fam? A scanner will give you the info you need for trains in your area. Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have a scanner. Those are pretty expensive, aren't they? Owls in the chat. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Did you stream tonight? We just cruising tonight, man. You gather information on train IDs from Google and Heritage Unit. Tommy being itself is in a house. Welcome to the stream. Are you still on server? Are you still on? I think you're still on. You're done local somewhere. What local is that you're running right now? It's hard to know symbols trains are because they are rarely announced on the radio. CSX and Norfolk Southern always announce them on the radio, so it's much easier to identify. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like the other guy. Because like if I go to the map, I don't. Is it what button is it? Is it tab? I already forgot the button. Darn it! Now I lost my place. Great. Here we are. Alright, we are here at Arena. Why are we getting a stop? Why are they stopping us? There's no traffic. Mickey Mike is in the house. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. You just finished. You laying in bed now, chilling. You still in school? You still do that? Welcome to the stream, man. Mickey Mike as well, bro. Good to see you. Thank you for being a continued member of the channel, and I'm very happy for you as well in all your streams. You probably stream tonight too, I assume. Once you're done, you'll get something in the way of me. All right, cool. Doing the Boron local. Copy that. Element told me what you got going on, Miggity. So we'll have to catch up on that. If you're friends with railroad workers, they may share information about that as well. Cool. You still do the school thing? Gotcha. Yeah, you probably should keep doing that till you're done. Probably should finish that. All right. Well, we had a stop, and now it's green. So I don't know why they're slowing us down. There's nothing in front of us at all. We were clear all the way to Ceres for the next 30 miles, or actually 20 miles. Or is that 10? It's like 10 miles. All right, full speed ahead. 2K, Adrian Goats, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. You guys want to know a random fact? Super random fact. Like, it's just super. This has nothing to do with anything we talked about this entire stream. It's just something I happen to watch on YouTube. Like, I've gotten to the point on YouTube where I've run out of things to watch. I'm not sure if anybody else has ever watched so much YouTube that you've run out of things to watch before, but that's where I am in my life right now. Since I've been spending the day, babysitting and watching the baby, he's getting older, he's getting a little bit more independent. Like, he can play with cars and planes by himself, and I'm just sitting there watching YouTube on the TV. As I've run out of like a lot of videos to watch. So anyways, I watched a random video about Pokemon. I don't know if anybody in chat is a fan of Pokemon. I was a big fan as a kid of Pokemon. I had the cards, I played the games, and anyway, so I guess a video came up recommended, and I guess the random fact I wanted to share with you guys was that the Pokemon game was a thing before the show, and you guys might already know this. I'm not into the big history of anime and all that, but I didn't know. I thought that the show was always a show, and they made a game based on the show. But actually, what really happened was the game came first, and they made a show afterwards. And I don't know. I just blew my mind. I was like, I always thought the show came first. So it's because technically, in America, the show did come first. Because the first two Pokemon games, like the Red and Green, I think it was, came out on Game Boy in Japan in the 90s, and after that they came out with the show and the card game, and by then they finally brought the show and the cards to the US, and then after that they finally brought the game to the US too. So we were like a little bit behind Japan when it came to Pokemon. Didn't know that. Random fact for those who care. You probably don't care. You're a college professor now. What the heck? Teaching what? Teaching what, Captain Cross Country? What you teaching in college? Who let you be a college professor? Somebody needs to be fired. Not you, but somebody else needs to be fired if you're a college professor. It could be interesting with key bindings without a rail driver. Yeah, I have. I don't know any of the key bindings without like a controller. I don't know any of it. Matter of fact, let's bring that back up on screen for those who just joined. We got the hardware. We got the hardware with us today, chat. The TSCX controller. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Spawning Salmon, welcome back to the stream. Long time no see as well. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Example, CPKC-180 from Chicago to San Luis Potosí. High priority intermodal trains. Yeah, like that. I don't know. Yep. Yep. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about those train symbols at all. That means nothing to me. That means nothing to me. Do I like military history? Actually, I do. What's funny is when I was in school, I hated history. I thought it was so boring. I kind of had a little interest for science, but like all of the subjects that I'm really interested in now, I wasn't interested in at school. I think it's because the way they did it at school was boring. I actually watch whole freaking YouTube videos about military history now, but it's like a video and it's like animated and it's cool. It's not just reading text and seeing pictures of old dead people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about the names. I just want to know who blew up what. Cars and planes. He's deaf of blue junior. You know, yeah, my baby, my son, my whole house now. By the way, he's a year old now in December. And my whole house is a racetrack now. He has a bunch of little cars and trucks that I've bought him for over the past years. He drives them around the whole house. Like, he crawls and just pushes them around and goes. Like, I'm a proud dad. He does like trains. Anytime he sees a train on TV, because I mean, of course, I'm watching train videos sometimes on TV. He hasn't seen a train in real life yet. I can't wait to take him somewhere to see a real train. But when he sees a train on TV, or if he sees I'm playing a train game, he's like, wow. He can't fully talk yet. He just makes sounds, but he makes this like wow sound when he sees a train. So I'm like, yeah, we're talking. He likes planes too a little bit, but he seems to be more interested in trains so far. But we'll see. When he gets older, he may understand better. Again, if he doesn't want to like trains and planes, I'm fine. I'm not here trying to make him a pilot. That's up to him. He can decide to be whatever it is he wants to be. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting it in front of him. I'm like, listen, this is an option if you want this option when you get older. This is what your pops likes. If you want to like this too, that's cool. If not, then it's all good. One of the other things that he really likes, we're talking about my son, by the way, my 1-year-old son. He likes football a lot, or any game that has balls. That sounds bad, but you know what I'm saying. He likes football, basketball, really likes football. All right, what is this industry we're coming on our right here? That the rain finally stopped. The industry on our right is, I don't know. I don't know what that is. There's some cars there though. Oh, we're going fast. I just realized we're speeding. What is that? I don't know where we are. I gotta check the map again. We're getting close to Modesto. Yeah, we're still down to 50 here. We'll power all the way back. Rob says I was in the Dragon Ball when Pokemon came out in the US. Yeah, me too. I was a Dragon Ball fan too. I that's all I watched was Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and whatever else was on TV at the time. I've watched a lot of astronomy channels. A lot. I know a lot more about space than I've ever known right now. I know a lot about space, where we've been, what we did, where we're going, all that. Yeah. Can I take a look at the SNTF class 06T? Gave me your opinion about it. Let me see. And stand by. I'll go back to that. Rob, you're a history buff. Nice. Unbeatable says epic history and kings and generals and good military history of YouTube videos if you ran out. Yeah, honestly, that's what's the beauty of YouTube. Let me get my wipers off. Is it off? Is there's some great YouTube channels out there that can give you good information about the history. And what's cool too is that the history you see on YouTube is not the American history that we got in school. I feel like the history we got in school was very catered to American propaganda and what they wanted us to know about American history. But learning history outside of school, you get to learn more about the truth of what happened on both sides, not just the American side, what the Americans want you to know about. Saints fan in the making? I don't think it's gonna be a Saints fan making it, Mike. I don't think Saints. We're in Texas, so Texans fan is what we're. If he's gonna be a fan of football, it's gonna be Texas. That's one thing he ain't got a choice on. That's one thing. You can be whatever you want to be when you grow up, as long as you're not a fan of other teams in sports.
UP detector milepost 132.
If you're gonna be a football fan, you gotta be a Texans fan. If you're gonna be a basketball fan, you gotta be a Rockets fan. I mean, you at least gotta be the home team first. You can like other people, you know what I mean? You can like other teams, but you gotta like us first. The Denver Broncos. Matter of fact, the Texans are killing it right now in football. We made it to the playoffs. We are on a 9-game winning streak, which trust me, as a hometown, like living here in Houston, none of us expected that. I've really gotten used to our home teams just sucking. It's very disappointing. That's why I kind of stopped watching sports for a long time, because I got tired of cheering for teams that lost. But the last few years, we've been picking up some steam in football. Last year wasn't too bad either. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how far we can get in the playoffs. I'm not expecting to go to the Super Bowl. I'm honestly happy to have this sick 9-game streak and be called the best defense in the NFL. Like that's bragging rights right there. Just to be called the best defense in the NFL, that's freaking cool. I don't think we've ever been the best at anything as a Houston team, except for baseball. So yeah, if all else fails, I'm happy to at least get that title this year. No, it's funny because I really haven't watched football like until this year. Like I kind of keep track a little bit here and there. If a friend's watching it, I might watch a quarter or a few commercial breaks. But I really have not started watching football like until this year. It's pretty cool because me and my dad have actually been watching it together too. He's been coming over on Sundays, and we've been watching the games together. Nice way to bond with him. And also another reason why I've gotten into football, and I apologize to anybody in chat who's not into football or sports. How about American football, by the way? Is one reason why I've gotten into football is because of Madden 26. Yes. Blue plays Madden 26. I think it was around the end of baseball season where I just kind of got in the mood. Like, I want to try a sports game. Like, I haven't played Madden game or NBA game, and I'm not even kidding, like 10 years. Look at that, Southern Pacific right there on the right. I don't know where the heck we are. I probably should find out, because we might have to stop somewhere soon. But I got Madden. I got Madden because I was in the mood to play a sports game, and I wanted to try it. I haven't played previous 10 Maddens, so it's not like, I know like most sports games, like, oh, it's the same game, copied and pasted from last year, and I don't doubt that at all, but I haven't played in 10 years, so it's not copy paste for me. Everything is new. So anyways, so I got into it. I got into Madden, and I sucked. Just like when I got back in the NBA 2K a few years ago, I sucked. And so, but now I'm a little bit better. I was able to turn my difficulty back into normal, and actually play some career mode games. And that's really all I've been doing. I'm playing career mode. I don't play multiplayer. If I play multiplayer, I'd get wiped out. I'm not that good. But that's what got me back into football, though, was the game. You get Madden every 5 years. I think that's a good. I think it's a good cycle. That's a good cycle. No, I didn't forget. I actually copied it into my Google here. Let's take a look at the train you were asking about. So he was asking about the SNTF Class 060 Delta Tango, a series of diesel locomotives used by Societe Nacionales de Transportes Federal in Algeria. Okay, cool. I see some pictures. Okay. Wait, which one is it? Is it this one? I need a milepost here. Where are we? Okay, I found it. I found it. So it's that one. Okay. What I think about it? That's what your question was? I think it looks funny. Looks like it got hit in the nose. Oh, that's a video. Yeah, it looks funny. If you guys want to know what I'm looking at, look up SNTF Class 060 DT. I like the DS better. I found the DS variant. I like that one better with the flat nose rather than the short nose. The short nose just looks funny to me. I don't like the way it looks. I'm sure it's a great locomotive. It has 6 axles on it. I just don't like the short nose on it. I don't like that short nose. It looks weird. In Quint says I live 90 minutes from Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Buffalo. Wow. You watch rugby as well? Yeah, I don't watch rugby. I don't know anything about rugby. You visited Houston last summer. What did you do here? What do tourists do in Houston? I don't know. I just work here. What is this? There's some overpasses going on. Where are we, fam? Like, for real, where are we? Okay, we're between Alcant and Cirrus. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of stuff between here. Yeah, I see. There's a bunch. We're about to be on the horn a lot right here, guys. There's a lot of industry coming up ahead. There's a fairly large yard coming up on the left. A couple yards on the left. I gotta find out where we gotta go to. Alright, milepost 126.7. So some industry there on the left. Again, I'm sure there's a local that serves that. I don't know what local does. I'll tell you what, any local that runs this area is going to be pretty busy. There's a lot of industry in one area. Alright, so while we're cruising through here, let me check chat, make sure there's no other questions I need to answer before I take my eyes off. And I know I'm missing a lot of crossings. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read chat. The SNTF locomotives remind you of the ones in Australia. Yeah, they actually do remind me of those. They do look like Australian locomotives. They do. 4,500 horsepower engine. She looks cute, but she is angry on the rails in blue. I've been focusing on Australian railroads and trains. Started watching Aussie content and it piqued your interest into the railroads. That's cool. So you've made some actual Australian railroads, huh? On trains? Man, I would love to get an Australian railroad on Train Sim World, or yeah, probably Train Sim World. I can't think of any other game that's gonna have it, but would love to see one on Train Sim World. Does Run 8 allow you to hop out of the cab and into the cab of a trailing loco? Yes, it does. You can hop into any train, matter of fact. All right, so let's take a. Well, you guys can't see it, but I'm gonna take a look at the map. and find out where we need to stop. We're getting towards the end of this, actually, it looks like. Yeah, we are. So our work order says that we need to set out some cars for MET at Modesto. Set out any MET cars at the Woodland siding. All right, we got to find out where the Woodland siding is. Okay, it's not on that map, which means it's probably a dark siding. Let me check my other map. Again, you guys can't see this map, so I do apologize. Oh, I see it. I see it. All right, is there I hope nobody's in that siding. Ooh, okay. It's a pretty short one too. So Woodland siding is after the Modesto junction. Let me see. Oh, we got traffic coming in too. I knew it's probably Tommy. Nice, nice. All right, so Modesto junction is here. Top right of our screen. Probably can't see it. It's probably behind my camera. Most likely. Let me turn it off. So yeah, top right of our screen right now. It says CP Modesto junction. Right here. So that means just after that is gonna be I Street, or is that First Street? I'm not sure which street that is, but A Street. That's the Modesto and Empire. Okay, I see. And then after that is gonna. So we're a little ways from it, not very far at all. Not very far at all. It looks like dispatch has us cleared to Ceres. So after Ceres is where things get interesting. Okay. Alright, I think I know what we gotta do. It's gonna be a dark siding, so we're just gonna have to get basically track authority, and then we can hit the siding ourselves. Hopefully nothing is in it. That's the other question, because it's not on the dispatch board, so I don't know if anything's there or not. But we're actually almost there, guys. Bring it home. Bring it home. Alright, let me hit you guys with the camera I have not hit you with all stream. The drive-by cam. Alright, let's get a full roll by. We've not done this all stream, I'm sorry. It is relaxing, Mikey Mike. It is. There's a lot to learn though. There's a lot of stressful things to learn to get to the relaxing point. Kind of like flight sim, where like flight sim is extremely relaxing. But if you don't know how to fly a plane, or how to use GPS, or you know, an FMS, then it's not so relaxing. How do I feel the graphics look compared to Train Simulator? Like classic? It's close. I think classic looks better still. I think Train Sim Classic looks better graphically. But that's not at all why I play this game. Do I wish the graphics were better? Oh, I do. If the graphics were like if I could get this gameplay with Train Sim World's graphics, I would not play any other Train Sims. That would be the only Train Sim I ever play. But unfortunately, that's not what we got. Not what we got. I mentioned it earlier too. We didn't talk too much about it, but I'll kind of bring it back up because I really want this to happen. I'm gonna keep speaking this into existence until somebody makes it, or I meet somebody that I can make it with. Let's go with that. Because I'll keep saying this. I would make this game myself if I knew how to make games, and I don't know how to make games. But Train Sim World, or Train Simulator, is like American Truck Sim. American Train Simulator. That's what I would call it. I guess. I don't know. I'm just making something up. But the idea is just a Train Sim parallel to what American Truck Sim is. The exact same way that American Truck Sim has been built and made state by state, based on real world locations and things like that. Make a Train Sim like that. That's it. That's the simple idea. And over time you can make it larger and larger, and it's in a similar way. That's what Run 8 has done. Run 8, even though I don't have like a full map of the whole map, but Run 8 started off as the SoCal area, like the Barstow area, the Barstow subdivision. That was it. And then it continued to Arizona. It continued to places Northern California, continued down to LA. And now it's not state by state, it's subdivision by subdivision. But the same concept is it keeps extending the track over time. And now, like as of right now, if you have all of the Southern California DLC for Run 8, you could do a train drive that lasts 8 hours, like a whole actual 8 hours of train driving, and drive straight through the map. It might be longer than 8. I'm just guessing. I just know it's longer than 6. It takes about 6 hours to drive from Barstow to LA. I've done it.
UP detector milepost 121.1.
And then they have the Georgia area, the A-line. They have some Alabama track now that's been extending. So, but yeah, that's what I would like. And I know some people wouldn't necessarily like the the compressed way of, like, Run 8 is completely 1-to-1. It's not like scaled down at all. It's completely 1-to-1 as far as scale. So however long it takes to drive from Barstow to LA in real life in a train is how long it would take you to do it. Just like Flight Sim, 1-to-1. American Truck Sim is not 1-to-1, right? You could drive from Houston to Seattle, which is a multiple days drive in real life, and get there in, like, what is it, 6, maybe 8 hours? I don't know. I'm not sure how long it takes. I think it's like 6 hours, maybe 4. Might be 4 hours. Might not be that long. But my point is, it's scaled down. How do you think the train sim community feel about a scaled down version of the railroad? Because if you scale it down, you can get more railroad. But if you keep it at 1-to-1, then you don't get more railroad. I don't know. How do people feel about that? Woodland is a mainline siding. You'll put your cars on the north end. Okay, thank you, Tommy. In the base Run 8 game, actually playable, or do you have to get the add-ons? The base game is playable. Yeah, it's playable. The biggest difference between getting the add-ons, well, there's 2 different types of add-ons for Run 8. There is the actual, like, map extension stuff, where you can get more track, you know, like I said, more subdivisions. And the other one is the freight packs, or the skins. And if I go to this view again, you'll see that we have our nice Union Pacific skin on the lead locomotive, and then behind that you'll see a bunch of different various types of train cars. So we have our grain hoppers, we have our empties here. It's like all of these, if you don't have any of the freight packs, most of these will be generic Run 8 box cars. Now, unfortunately, I have bought the majority of the freight packs. I'm not proud to say that, but I did. Because I don't like seeing those generic Run 8 box cars. So, if you buy Run 8 or download it and you try it and you see that a lot of the freight cars are all like these gray box cars that say Run 8 on the side, that's because you don't own the DLC that basically unlocks the actual freight car. It's just a placeholder until you buy the DLC. And you'll notice if you go down this rabbit hole that you'll keep buying DLCs until you have them all. That's basically what happened with me. Like Pokemon, I had to catch them all. So, full circle there. You're gonna pass the CP. You'll pass CP Woodland, then manually give yourself a restricting to reverse into the siding to set your cars. Okay, that's what I kind of thought. So we'll pass through CP Woodland and we'll reverse in. I gotta find out where those cars are at that we need to drop off to. Running Train Simulator will be unstoppable if the train sim were, yeah, if it had train simulator graphics. Run from Seligman to Modesto, that'd be a long drive. I don't think I could do that in one day. You're more into scale down. Yeah, I don't think it'd be that bad to scale it down. As long as, like, I think about American Truck Sim and how well they were able to scale down large areas, but still give you that long road trip feel, still give you the essence of the area while scaling it down. Like if you can do that with the train sim, you'll be on point. All right, we're coming up to looks like Ceres. We got another. I heard 2 trains coming at us the other way. So he was saying we're gonna pass through CP Modesto, no, CP Woodland, and back into the dark siding there. So we'll have to slow down. Let's go ahead and bring it to a stop. We did have multiple signals warning us of this red, but no surprise there. And how is this gonna work? We got, it gets a bit more complicated because we do have traffic. So we can't go into the siding at Modesto. So we're gonna have to wait, I think. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait. Unless they clear us to Woodland. We might have to wait. We'll have to see. Yeah, there's some traffic coming down the opposite direction. Alright, let's not run through this red. Oh, come on, stop. We're not gonna make it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, we slid through it. We slid through it. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. That's on me. I knew I was gonna slow down earlier. I knew it. We're going a bit faster than I thought when I started braking. I was like, are we gonna make this? Like self? Are we gonna make this red light? Oh no. You caught that live on chat too, Tommy? Oh no. Oh no. We only overran it by like 20 feet. Or a couple cars. Or a car. Yeah, a couple cars. My bad. My bad. Sorry, dispatch. Don't fire me. All right, we did it. Whew. Okay. So do I need? How do I, Tommy? So how does this work with dispatch? How do I tell dispatch where I want to go? Exactly. I know I want to go. Because there's no... Okay, there's a signal here. And I need to pass this signal. So I think... So I need to get cleared to Modesto then. So basically I need to request clear to Modesto. So what's the button again, Tommy? To request a specific like block? It's like control or something like that? Or is it shift? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Is it right click? It's right click. Oh, that's probably not it. I don't know what I just did. It's blue. Fail. Double click the block on dispatch. So I right clicked and turned blue. I don't think that's what I wanted. That is definitely not what I wanted. AI dispatcher currently on duty. Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay. The actual block itself, not the signal. Oh. Double click the dispatch. Okay, gotcha. So double click the blocks. I want this. Actually, I can't click the block because somebody's on the block. Or can I? Okay, yeah, I can. So I guess we're gonna have to wait now. I can't even see the signal. Alright, so I've got the block assigned now. I assume I'm supposed to talk to dispatch again. Which I can't go, I know that. Because there's traffic. Request... signal, I guess. What are you special or something? Keep your shorts on. Alright. Alright. So yeah, we gotta wait. Alright, so as you can see on the dispatch screen, we have 2 trains. I'm not sure if they're gonna send both by us or one, but at least one of them is has been cleared, which is Mr. Tommy headed our way. So actually, hold on, let's get the light off and the brakes are on. We'll hop out, take a break. Oh wait. Yeah, we could actually walk the train. You guys have not seen my whole train. I've not showed it off. We got time, so I gotta stall. So yeah, up front we have, what is this? What is this? An AC-44? What does it say? What is this? Oh, it's an ES-44 DC. ES-44 DC on the head. And that's the SD-70. And what is this one? Okay, so 2 SD-70s ACEs. And then we got brain car here. Got an empty Gevo. Sky Reaper says, I bought the base game yesterday and still have not received the download link via email. How long does it take? Does anybody own the game? It's been way more than 24 hours. Yeah. Dang, is that how it works again? They make you wait? I would send them an email. If it's been 24 hours, I would send them an email and check on that. That's way too long. Way too long, in my opinion. Got some box cars. So again, you know, with the base game, you may not see all these different types of freight cars. You unfortunately have to buy the various freight packs to get all of the varieties of freight cars. I am not a fan of that personally. I've really never liked that they do it that way. Because I mean, look, I mean, I get it if like it was, you know, like in Flight Sim, it makes sense to spend $20, $30 on a DLC, right? Because you know that they have to tune a flight model, hire a sound engineer, and do all these crazy things, right? Like, I feel like I could hop in Blender and make a better. Wait, go away. I feel like, wait, what's going on? Yeah, I feel like I could hop in Blender myself and make a better 3D model than what we see here. And I'm not a modeler. You know, I'm not a 3D artist. And so the fact that they sell these blows my mind. It's really just texture packs, but they do. And unfortunately, for those of us who are, you know, really into Run 8, we get invested, and it's, yeah. I just don't like seeing the placeholder cars, and that's what really made me go down the rabbit hole of getting all of the freight packs eventually. All right, Mohammed, have a good day, man. Thanks for sharing your Algerian train knowledge. I really knew nothing about, you know, I didn't even know they had a train. So that's pretty cool. Thanks for teaching us about that and showing us your local trains. Pretty cool, man. Have a good day, man. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. Are the screens on? What screens are you talking about? Any chance you can show the cab of the trailing engines? Yeah, I can show you. We'll walk back there. I should be able to get in it. You sent an email and a support ticket and no response. Yeah, I mean, that sucks. That sucks. Walk over here. Like these cards look pretty good actually. Look at that one. I feel like some of the later ones, the more recent packs that they've made do look better. I wish that these looked better down here. I wish these were higher quality. What is funny is you might have saved yourself some time with that restricting signal at CP in Modesto, because now that the IOLAR will have to wait for you to pass that signal. Nice. So they only cleared you and not the guy behind you. Nice. Which means we only gotta wait for one train. Got some CSX cars back here, and these are all real brands too. These are not like made up like freight cars. These are all based off of real freight cars. Man, our train is long. Yeah, Run 8 never goes on sale, ever, unfortunately. I have never seen a Run 8 sale, which is stupid in my opinion, but yeah, there's never been a sale. I don't know why. Maybe, I wonder if it's because like their website is incapable of doing sales. Yes, exactly, Sean. I can't deal with the Run 8 box cars. I got some coils here, more pipes, some metal beams. I do like their variety of freight cars. I will admit I do like the variety of freight cars you get if you have all the packs. Probably the most variety I've seen in any other train sim. I'm sure Trains with a Z probably has a good variety because they have a really nice mod community there. Let's go faster here. Got some reefers, refrigerator cars, Santa Fe. These are pretty cool. Yep, actually there it is right there. So that is so if you don't own well, I shouldn't say all. If you don't own the freight pack for a specific train, this is what you will see. You'll see a whole train full of this car. Yeah. Look at the difference. And it's like the horrible quality too. So, but that honestly, I think that's probably part of their plan. Is they want you to hate this car, so you'll buy the nicer freight cars. Yeah. Yeah, Run 8 doesn't do things like most games. Like there's no roadmap, there's no developer communication. You know, they don't market anything. You know, they barely give you a change log at the end of every. Wait, there's no back. I don't know. We don't have a DPU. I thought we had a DPU. We don't have a DPU. I hope we don't, because there ain't one back there now. If there was one, it's left somewhere on the main line. I probably should have checked that before we left. I don't really know the purpose of not having sales. I also don't understand why would you want to keep a community small? Like, what creative, what company wants to not have more people? You know, like I don't believe that. Like, why would you want to keep the community small? That doesn't make any sense. That looks pretty good too. So like, and like this shot, like that looks pretty sick, right? Like if these were nicer, got the ELT on the back and everything, or EOT, sorry. Some liveries in there in that game I never see in real life. Yeah, I wish there was graffiti. That's actually lacking. You're right. Graffiti would be nice. A lot of the railroad games don't put graffiti because the real railroads don't want, like, if you want a license to use like Union Pacific or some of the real railroads, they don't want you putting graffiti on their cars. Do they have spine cars? Spine cars. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen a spine car. That's like the real skinny one, right? Like it's like just like a middle piece. Oh, this train would have had a DPU coming over the Tehachapi, but was set out at Bakersfield. Okay, yeah. Like, again, for those who are just joining us, we did pick up this train. I wouldn't even say halfway. This train came all the way from LA, and we picked it up in Fresno. So this train has already done a lot of stuff on its journey. So it went through Bakersfield. It went through Seiko and a few other areas. So it had a few other stops before we picked it up, and they already picked up and dropped off some things. Matter of fact, speaking of that, let's see if we can find our drop-offs. I think we're supposed to drop off is it the RV MET? Where the MET cars at? I guess like we have our train coming up. Watch them pass by. Oh, we try to find our MET. I hope they're not. Are they in the front? They might be in the front. All right, let's kill the music. Please turn it down so we can hear him as he passes by. Data, what are you doing awake, bro? Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. There's the horn. Yeah, I like the weathered look too. Yeah, I got you, man. I'm gonna show you the cab here. We're gonna make our way to the front, and I'll show you the other cabs besides the main one. I thought we had a rear DPU, but we don't. It was dropped off earlier on in the journey before we got it. Yeah, we don't have any piggybacks. You worked at the Bakersfield subdivision all the way through Stockton. Sub in Richmond. California, NorCal is interesting. Yeah, I like the NorCal area. It's also some of the newer developed area for Run 8. So I tend to like to drive up here. Like Bakersfield, Fresno area. I feel like it looks pretty nice. The part like in and around Barstow, I've kind of gotten tired of driving out there. It's just kind of brown. Flat brown and nothing out there. All right, here comes Tommy and his SP. Also, there are placeholder locomotives as well. If you don't own the locomotive pack, you'll get a placeholder locomotive as well. Here he comes. What's up, Tommy? Big old intermodal train. Double stacked. Oh, you're watching. Of course, I think it's the only time I see you stay up late, Data, is when you're watching sports. I think it's the only thing that helps you fight through the tired. That's cool. So you said you just watched your Canes. I don't know who Canes are, but beat Old Miss. I'm assuming that is a college football team. Heading to the national championship game. Been a long time coming. Well, congrats, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you and your team. For how long have these cars been spawned into the server? You know, I don't honestly know. Some cars are reused multiple times, and some of them are spawned in. Like there's through trains. So there's some trains that start at the end of the map and don't stop anywhere on the map, and then just continue straight through the server, and then they disappear at the end of the map, right? So those cars obviously are spawned and leave immediately. There's other cars that go on to customer trains or have stops and are dropped off. Those are the ones that often stick around on the server much longer. All right, so somebody in chat asked to see the interior of the train. So let me see if I can do that before we leave. Sorry, I gotta jump around a million times. Alright, so this is the main car. Okay. Well, I mean, they all look like this. They do have screens, by the way. I know they do. The screen's on the other side as well. Alright, we have the green light now. Let's go ahead and head out, and we'll deliver our load here. All right, so right now we'll switch you guys back over to the control cam as we roll off. Leo is in the chat. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. All right, so we're already in forward. Automatic brake is being released now. We're not on a hill, but we'll still do the hill start stuff. We'll get our lights on. It's good to go. Add a little bit of throttle, notch 1. Slowly pull back the train brake or the independent brake like so. We should start rolling. We are. We'll add another notch as the amps top off. Two honks to let everybody in the area know we are rolling. Distance counter on as well. So I probably should have said that a little later, but that's fine. All right, through the gears we go. If I would have caught you earlier, I would have logged on, bro. Man, I had the thought to text you, but like I decided to do this so last minute. I was like, he's probably not gonna be free. But I'm dead serious. I almost texted you like, hey, bro, I'm gonna do run 8 today, just to let you know, and I didn't. I was trying to get everything set up, but it was last minute that I decided what I was gonna do. So sorry about that, man. I know I told you I was gonna let you know when I hop back on, and I didn't. So I apologize, bro. We definitely need to do a drive together though sometime soon. I still really do mean that. I do want to do a drive together. Leo Sticks is also another YouTube streamer, flight simmer, aviation enthusiast, also a train enthusiast, and he's also on the Depot server. And we've been for a while trying to find a time to do a drive together, run a local together or a road train or something. Alright, we're limited to 40 miles an hour for whatever reason here, but everything is released and we're rolling. Alright, we're almost there, guys. If you're just joining us, we are on the Fresno subdivision driving with Union Pacific. We had to wait for traffic for a few minutes. He just passed by heading southbound. We now have the clear signal all the way to control point Woodland. Our drop off, we have four or 3 cars? Let me check. We have 3 cars that need to be dropped off at Woodland, at the control point Woodland. And then I gotta find out where they are again. Hold on. All right, let's drive by. See if we can see the car we're gonna drive off. It should be marked as MET. have a feeling it's gonna be like in the middle of our train. I think it is gonna be in the middle of the train. Dang it. Alright, how far are we from that? So the siding we're parking at, or not parking, but we're dropping off at is a dark, what's called a dark siding. Basically just means that it's not on this dispatch board. What you see on this map is not, and this is one thing I was really
temperature 37 degrees.
One thing that was really confusing to me when I first got into Run 8 was this map right here. I was like, this map makes no sense. That's because it's not a map, it's a dispatch board. And the dispatch board only shows what's controlled by dispatch. There are a bunch of other tracks and sidings and spurs that are not on this board. It took me a long time to understand that. I was like, what do you mean there's tracks that are not on the board? How would I even know that? You know, and again, thankfully the depot has a public website that's free, anybody can look at, that has all of the tracks and sidings and milepost markers and industries all listed on these PDFs, and I have all those downloaded for each section of track that I drive on, and I'm able to see there, you know, where all the dark siding or the extra tracks are that are not on the dispatch boards. That's where we're going today. We're dropping off some cars somewhere that is not on the dispatch board. The Bakersfield terminal is a dump in real life. I can imagine that. That train controller you have blows my mind every time I see it. Why did you say that? Alright, what is this? 40. Oh, I gotta go 40 miles an hour. What are we doing now? 43? Like these tracks, I don't think these tracks are going to be on the dispatch. Oh, dude, that's an automatic switch though. Oh yeah, that goes into, yeah, that's the CP Modesto junction. So that's actually a that track goes somewhere else. Not sure where that goes. And then south, it goes to a big old industry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 5 different customers back there. Alright, so we just passed that. I'm trying to pay close attention to where we're going because I've never dropped off anything here before. I'm gonna coast through here and we are going to, oops. We can find out where our cars are. Ooh, look at this bridge. This is cool. This is a cool bridge. Here comes a drive-by. Good night, Data. Thanks, man. Right, all those are RV, which is Riverside. That's our destination. So you can just barely see the names on the top of the cars in that highlighted color. Sounds good, Tommy. I'll reach out if I need help. Appreciate it though, man. Always appreciate the help, Tommy. BNSF is reversing at a bunch of crossings in Beaumont, Texas. Oh, cool. They're just under 7,000 feet long. You have the real track chart for this territory? Oh, that's cool. I would love to see it. Like, I wonder what it looks like. Like, is it easy to read? Is it hard to read? It's probably hard to read. There it is. All right, so the red one, 2, those are the 3, those are the 4. Right there. They're right in the middle of our freaking consist. Great. Great. All right, where we at? Oh, Taco Bell. I think we'll get Taco Bell while we're out here. Give me a quesadilla. Can you see other players walking? Sorry, can you see other players walking around? Yes, you can. Alright, where are we? I think this is the South Modesto sighting coming up. Yeah, that's what this is. And then we'll have a stop. So we're gonna take it nice and slow because we are getting to an area that I'm not familiar with. And I don't want to miss the red. So just to the right here, this is the south. This is a SP112 South Modesto sighting. I think he said no pickups, right? Yeah, no pick. Even though these cars are actually going to where we're going, the work order says that we do not have any pickups here, only drop-offs. Now we're not actually dropping them off in here either. Turn the bell off. We're not dropping off here, so this is the... Wait, is this the Woodland sighting? This is the Woodland sighting. Okay, so we are putting them here. Yeah, this is the Woodland sighting right here. Wait. It is on the map. There's two sightings here. There's a North Modesto and a South Modesto. And it looks like there is room for it in the front. And okay, that yellow is for us. That red is not for us. The red is up ahead. Hey Tommy, is this on the right? This is where I'm dropping them off, right?
Yep, so just put your cars up in front of those other cars you just passed.
Gotcha. So I'll probably bring it to a stop, cut it apart, go past the signal, and request reverse back into the side.
Yeah, so you have to manually throw the switch yourself. And then give yourself a restricting to go back into the siding.
Gotcha. Alright, so we need to leave space right here to maneuver. Alright guys, we're gonna bring it to a stop. There we go. Alright, Rydell. We got our independent brake on. We're in neutral. 3-step protection. Let's get out. So this track I'm standing on right now is where we're putting our drop-offs. So we need to... I'm gonna go fast. Right here. Nope. Farther. Here it is. So Modesto MET. Modesto MET. We have more than 3. Hold on. Supposed to be 3 drop-offs. And I have more METs than I thought. Let me see which specific ones I gotta get rid of. Again, I'm looking on the depot website for my work. So it's MET-EMP star G3 and sup. Oh, please tell me they're together. What is this? And I hate these texts. 0204 SUP, is that one of them? Yep, that's one. So this is one of our cars, this first red one. And then there's another one here. 0204 sub, is that another one? Oh wait, wait. Oh wait, there's more
Hey,
than
Blue,
3.
Any car that's labeled MET, you have to set off. You have 3 total orders, but 26 cars to set out.
I just saw that. Thank you for clarifying.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there's multiple of the same thing. Got it. So yeah, so as he said, there's 3 orders. There's a total of 26 cars to set up. So basically all the METs gotta go. Okay, that makes it much easier. I thought I had to like organize them. So all this. Wow, I don't know if this is all gonna fit. Alright, all this all the way back to here need to be cut. Now the question is that gonna fit? That's kind of a lot. Yeah, I think it's gonna fit. That'll fit. It'll fit. Yeah, we got space. We got space. Okay. All right. So let's go back and cut this apart. Do that. Go to the back of the car. Here we go. All right, back to walk around mode. And this is where we're cutting it. So we'll go here. We're actually gonna first close the angle cocks. Very important. That basically like pinches the air. It keeps the air from going through the hose by closing the angle cock. We're gonna do that on both sides. So close the angle cock. So now both sides of the connection are no longer sending air across the connection, because if you were to leave it, then it would just start shooting air everywhere, and it would basically set the brakes on the entire car. So that's good. We have a good enough compression as well, so we're not too far. So go ahead and open the coupler. There we go. Coupler is open. I am going to hop on by pressing F11, and then we'll release our brakes and pull forward. Give it a second. There he goes. Love the sounds. Alright, so to pull this all the way forward through, we're clear all the way to CP Modesto, which should be plenty of space, I hope. You know what I should have done? I should set a handbrake. So it doesn't roll off. Let me set a handbrake on this guy. Alright, handbrake applied. And handbrake applied. I think 2 should be enough to hold it. Yep. Oh, we don't want that to roll off. Alright, let's catch up to our train. Alright, so we want to pull this all the way up here. Past this signal. Alright. I was actually wrong. It's not a dark territory. It is actually on the dispatch board. Amtrak is on this game, yep. I don't like driving Amtrak on here, but it does have it. That's just my personal opinion. To be honest, dark territory should be a thing of the past in today's railroad, but they exist. Yeah. I just don't think they want to spend the money to add the infrastructure needed to put those dark territories on the board. There are people who do build real train cockpits. We have to be careful because there's not a lot of space up front. We don't want our train to roll past that red up there. I may honestly ride with it. We actually have more space than I thought. So cool to see Cowchilla. That's definitely real, and old Modesto is a rough area. The track chart is a lot of pages on the PDF, I can imagine. Catch up. I think we got space. I'm just gonna ride it. I love that you can like ride the trains. Yep, we're almost up there. So yeah, so we are. Yep, this is between SP Woodland and SP Modesto. I guess they call this the Woodland siding. And on the left, that's some industry as well. On that, yep, there it is, on that side. So again, we're not going to be working that. Again, we're just making a quick drop off. After we drop these off, we'll reassemble what's left of our train. And continue to Riverside. And we're gonna, even though that track is full, we're gonna have to manually switch this. I'm gonna have to ask Tommy how to do that. I don't remember how to manually do it when it's stuff on the track. I don't think I can request it. All right, almost there. There should be space. I don't know why there wouldn't be. Or do we have to manually click it down there? Maybe that's what he meant. All right, once we pass the street, we'll put it, stop it. And on the brakes. Yep, plenty of space. Nice. Very nice. All right, let's see if we can get them to hit this switch for us. Hey, Tommy, how do I manually get it to switch if there's already something on the track?
All right, so go into the dispatch screen, right-click CP Woodland switch, then it'll turn that blue, then you'll throw the switch, and then you'll give yourself a restricting signal.
Do I need to hit the one behind me as well, going the other direction?
No, right-click the actual switch itself, not the signal.
Oh, oops. I didn't know you could right-click switches. Oh, because there's a lock. It has a lock on it. That's cool. All right, right-click it. Right-click it.
Okay, so on the dispatch screen, right-click the switch.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
There you go. Then go ahead and throw it. And now give yourself a restricting. So right-click the signal at CP Woodland, going south. There you go.
Yeah, I would have not been able to figure that out by myself. I'll be honest.
Oh, good.
I don't see the signal's restricting. It does say restricting on it. Yep, it is. Nice. Alright, let's see. So, yep, that's what we want. Alright. Bring it back. I'll put this in reverse. Oh, wait, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Alright, we're in reverse now. We'll put in notch 2. There we go. All right, bring it back. And notice how the railroad crossing turned back on, because now it detects that we're moving backwards. Yeah, Tommy definitely coming in with the save. I knew you could. I kind of knew you could do this kind of stuff, but I really didn't. I never had to do it, so I've never known how to do it. All right, let's hop back on this rail car. Nice. So basically, we had to go on the dispatch board to request for dispatch to allow us to unlock the manual switch. And then we went and manually switched it. It's kind of the theory behind what we just did. Probably should write that down somewhere. I'm definitely going to forget that for next time. All right, keep bringing her back. We're like 20 away. I do like some of the industrial buildings, particularly like the grain type buildings they have in Run 8. Look pretty good. Yeah, it does keep it fairly realistic. All right, I'll say 10 away, maybe 10, maybe 15. Still a long ways out. All right, so after we drop these off, like I said, we'll probably attach these to this cut of cars here, and then we'll basically maneuver our way out of here. We'll back up, reattach to the back of our train, and then we'll take it to our final stop, which is going to be Riverside, which is not very far from here at all. Probably, I'm guessing, a 10, max 15-minute drive from where we are right now. So we're almost done. We finished with this job. Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Actually, no, I'll stay on. We'll hop off at the last second. Nap Auto Parts. Product placement. Yeah, I love Run 8, man. I miss it. I really haven't been playing a lot lately. I think I did a drive last week. I did was it last week? Yeah, I think I did a short drive last week. Alright, let's get slow down. You're about 3 away. 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1. Oh, nice. 3, 2, 1. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we came a little hot there, but we gotta save pretty quickly. All right. I assume, like, this is a scenario, right, where we talked about earlier how everything you do on a server kind of affects somebody else. I don't know what happens to these cars next. I don't know if they get put on a local that's then delivered somewhere nearby, or if they get sent to the. I don't know. My job is to put them here, but just in case somebody else does have to use these, I think. Do I need to connect the hole? Okay, his hole is already open. Yeah, they're all open. Okay, so I'll just leave them. I'll leave them open then. Yeah, so the hose is open on that side. We'll bleed this one out, I guess. Yeah. But I don't want to open it until I do the other side. So let's head back to the front. Because I remember last time we did a stream, you guys were reminding me about bottling air and stuff like that, and I really completely forgot. I don't remember any of it. I don't remember any of the correct procedure, to be honest. So you guys may want to teach me. I may actually ask Tommy. I know Tommy knows. Here we go. Should I like bottle up the air when I leave these on the side? I can't remember how people like it.
On the first car that you're setting out, leave the angle cock open. You don't want to bottle the air, because in real life, that could have the cars run away.
Gotcha.
So yeah, close the angle cock on the last car of your train, and then leave the other one open.
Got it. All right, so last car on my train
There's
is...
a whole video about that on YouTube if you want to look it up sometime.
I bet there is, and I know I need to watch it.
And you were asking about those cars on the south end. Those will be picked up by an MRVFR that'll get spawned in by staff. That goes to Fresno.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I closed my in. That's good. Right now we need to actually close the slack because we can't open the coupler yet. And we'll leave that open. All right, so let's go ahead and throw in the reverse. We're already in reverse. We're just gonna close the slack a little bit. We're a little bit too stretched out to open up the coupler. So give it a second. We're bringing it back. Here it comes. You can hear it. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, pull the pin. Open. All right, and we'll leave these here. And just for safety, I'll leave the handbrake on. There we go. All right, bring it back forward. All right, forward. Brakes released. And pull. Wait, wrong way, other way. Where is that? There it is. And you actually heard the air pop off as that, because that angle cock was wide open. There we go. Hop back on. Those cars are now considered delivered. So I have to mark them delivered on the operations center. And we'll just pull past the signal, reverse, grab our cut, and get out of here. This is what I love about Run 8 right here, stuff like this. If you want to experience something like this, or maybe Run 8 is a bit too much for you, try a game called Railroader. You've probably heard of it if you're watching this video or stream. It's operations based. Like, the train simulation is really not the focus. It's really not that realistic or detailed in the train simulation. It is all steam trains as well, so if you don't really care for that, it might not be interesting to you. Right, that train should stop. Let's go ahead and hit the switch back the other way. But I really like that game, Railroader. One of my favorite train sims or train games right now. All right, can I hit this myself? I can. All right, that should be lined up straight. It is. And go to the dispatch board. I think that just means I can just go wherever I want to go. So I'll just back straight up. Yep. Bring it back to the switch. Back into reverse. Brakes release. Fell off. And here we go. We still have that restricting. We still have that restricting aspect. Run back here so we can see ourselves cross the switch. Are we moving? Yes, we are. This to be 3 honks when you're going in reverse. But yeah, Railroader, I really enjoy Railroader because Railroader is very operations based. It's all about, you know, picking up freight cars, delivering them to different customers, and It's a lot of fun, especially when you start adding mods to Railroader. It's so much fun. I absolutely love the game. It's kind of like, it's the game that I play when I want like this kind of feeling of operations and railroading, but maybe I don't necessarily spend as much time. Run 8 again has no pause button. There's no way to pause. You can save. You can save your train, which I should have done. I forgot to do. You can save the world state. You can save a lot of things, but you can't necessarily just hit like a pause button. Railroader, on the other hand, you know, you can do all that. And me and he's not here in chat today, but Proctus, we were running a, I wouldn't call it a server because it's not a server. It was just my private Railroader save. We're running a game together, and we had, I mean, I got like hundreds of freight cars to manage and organize, and we started learning how to use the old school dispatch board. It's just so much fun. Such a fun game. Doc Holiday, welcome back to the stream, man. Talk about a late. We started. Well, we didn't start that late. We started at 9 p.m. Central, and this just kind of went long. It kind of happens with Train Sim because like I want to finish what I started. I mean, I could have stopped at 2 hours and parked it somewhere, but I want to finish what I started. So we're not done. We'll keep going until I'm done. Yeah, I'll let dispatch know when the switch is back to normal. Alright, how far away from that cut? I want to hit it. Oh, run faster. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the side of the train. How do we go here? I'll catch it. 3, 2, 1, hop on. Got it. Got it. Uh-oh, is there multiple signals we gotta go through? Oh, it's blue already. Okay. I think we're okay. Yeah, it's restricting as well. It says I ran an absolute red. I don't know where I did it. There's so many signals.
So you wouldn't run your third red signal of the night.
Third? Is that 3? I thought I only ran 1.
No, when you first started backing up, you ran a red signal at CP Woodland.
Oh.
Don't forget when you're done with the manually thrown switches, take it off of blue there at CP Woodland. Okay.
So apparently I ran 3 signals tonight. This is what I've been wanting to do on trains is industry. Yeah, man. Well, you're making the whole thing. Make it happen. Do it. Do you know what locomotives / skins come with the base game? I couldn't tell you exactly. What's up, Robin Hood? Welcome to the stream, man. Robin Hood TV. Good to see you. Yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done. Yeah, I might get an email from the depot about me running red signals. They do keep track of that stuff, I believe. Yeah, I think they get notifications when people are speeding. When I know they get notifications for defect detector stuff. Because you're supposed to stop and fix them. If you have a defect detector warning or something. Alright, you're about 10 away. You've been thinking about buying Ren 8. Where should I start? Well, first you should buy Ren 8. You can start there. Once you buy Ren 8, you got to figure out how to use Ren 8. And then somebody mentioned, and if they're still here, they can drop the name in the chat again. They mentioned a certain YouTube channel, that does really good Run 8 tutorials. So I definitely start with tutorials. I mean, unless you just want to pull your hair out and try to learn everything by yourself. Sure, have fun. That's not my style. I don't like to figure things out like that. But yeah, watch some tutorials on the basics of the game, and then the basics of the railroad and industries and whatnot. I'm not even braking, it's just slowing down from, I assume, gravity or something. Alright. Boom. Nice. Alright, so want to reattach the hose. That side's closed, that side's closed. Couplers on, or at least this handbrake. So let me click on it. There it goes. Handbrake released. And I know I set 2, I believe. Handbrake release. I'm gonna double check these back here. Yep, that one's released. Alright, that's good. Alright, and then I do know that you don't want to just all at once open the angle cocks, because you could then blow them still. So you're gonna do partially open them so the air can easily start to push through. It may not be that big of a deal in this case because we already had air that we just were using. And then open, and then open. Alright, we're good. We didn't blow anything. Alright, I think we're good to go. Back to the front. Put it into forward. And make sure we're not running any signals. Let's do that first. So, is it right click this? Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's back to normal. We set the switch back to normal. We know that because we rode through it. We now want to basically just get clearance to continue down the rest of the line. So let's hit up dispatch and request exactly that. All right. Alright, proceed on signal indications. UP 7772. Yep, no blown valves. Van Ross is the guy. Or the guy who was asking about getting started in Run 8. Van Ross. Warren Van Ross. I assume that's on YouTube. I've not seen his videos myself, I don't think so. But I'm trusting the chat. This chat knows best. Is this harder than a flight sim? No, I don't think so. Not from scratch. I can't imagine it being hard. Cause flight sim, there's like the flying the plane is hard too. Like in trains, like driving a train is really not that difficult. You could break a coupler or break your train in half. That's one thing, but that's pretty easy to learn from, in my opinion at least, versus learning how to land a plane or not stall. Like, yeah. So I would say maybe not as hard as learning flight sim, but there's definitely a lot of stuff that I feel like it's harder to find the resources to learn what you need to learn in Run 8 than it is flight sim. Flight sim is much more covered as far as tutorials and knowledge for the public. Trains is still pretty mysterious, in my opinion at least. Speaking of train sim nerds, Kerbo is in the chat. What are you doing up? Welcome to the stream, man. Big learning curve, but should be fun. I'm looking to jump into this, but I am dumping a lot of time into trains 22. No problem, man. Whenever you come through, you come through. David David Stowe, welcome. Good to see you. What's that? Yellow over white? I ain't never seen that one before. What does that mean? Is that a thing? What is that? What is yellow over white? Okay, I actually do have that. Hold on, what does that mean? Approach restricting. Proceed. Prepare to pass next signal. At restricted speed, but not exceeding 50 miles an hour. Okay. Alright, so we're now in the block we requested, but I want to continue beyond here.
Oh, so blue. Because you gave yourself that restricting at CP Northwest Modesto, that's why it gave you that yellow over white.
See, is there a way to get rid of that restricting that I put there on accident?
No, you're just gonna have to pass it.
Okay, cool. Alright then. We'll roll on through.
And you will have to tone up dispatch again. Because
Yeah, when I get past that one, right?
Yeah, and you still have the block set. I forgot about that.
Yep.
So double click that block again to get rid of that.
Oh, okay, I can get rid of that? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I guess when you drive through into the requested block, it stays requested until you unrequest it, right?
Yeah.
Tommy's being our guide today. If chat knew best, you would be on DCS. That's not true. I get way less requests for DCS than I get for train sim. Actually, I mean, if you want to talk about stuff that's hard to learn, DCS is harder to learn than flight sim as a whole and terrain sim combined, I think. Kerbo says the depot server forums have some good info on getting started. I'd also recommend watching some videos. It's a simulator sandbox with no hand holding. Run 8 comes with a big folder of PDFs too. The info is pretty much all there, but it can be overwhelming at first. Kerbo is completely right, and I believe Kerbo, who's also a YouTuber, I believe if I remember correctly, he has a few videos as well covering Run 8, not just gameplay, but also like tutorials and reviews and things like that. I believe I saw him like do like a breakdown of like what Run 8 was or something like that at some point. So check out Kerbo on TV, on YT, sorry. His channel as well. Spark Gaming is another guy. I've watched a lot of his content as well. I don't know if he has any tutorials, but I know he's done some live streams and stuff, and you can learn a lot from just watching his previous live streams. He's an ex-railroader, from what I understand. So there's definitely the stuff you need to know is out there. You just gotta find it. It might be on the forum, maybe in some YouTube videos. So, alright, we're past that restricting. We're gonna come up here and we have to request the next signal. So let's go ahead and hit dispatch again. Now we're past that one. We still, I feel bad for that train that's been sitting there waiting for us this entire time. Alright, he's acknowledged, and he should give us, yep, proceed on signal indication. Good to go. He does have tutorial videos? Nice, nice. Yeah, I like watching Spur. Alright, it's going to be a reduction of 15 miles an hour in about a mile. Because we're going to be moving over to the other tracks. We'll just stay where we're at. We'll stay where we're at. This has been fun. Every time I play Run 8, it's fun. Like, sometimes I don't play for a while. Like, if I look at my Run 8 stats, there was like 6 months that I didn't play or something. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, so actually it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. So was it December? Wait, what is this? Okay, wait, what? I'm so confused of what I'm looking at here, but yeah, it was like 3 months. So July, August, September. I did not drive.
UP detector milepost 109.3, ambient temperature 38 degrees.
And then I came back in October, ran like 4 trains, spent like 7 hours of driving. Didn't play in November at all. And then I ran a single train in December, which is, I think, is the one I was telling you guys about. I did a couple weeks ago, and now we're back again. So like, I haven't been extremely active on Run 8, but I have been wanting to play. I just like the end of 2025 was really busy for me, so I just couldn't get around to doing any videos or content or just playing at all. Run 8. I just get slowed down. But it's always a good time. I always enjoy it when I do play it. Listen to that dynamic brake spinning up. How do I get to join the Depot Plus server? Wait, how do I get to join the server? Because there's a queue. They open up applications every once in a while. So I think they just closed them, like maybe days or a week ago. But they were open. The applications will be open for like a week or two, and then they'll close them because they don't want too many people trying to join at once, because they don't have a lot of people who are, you know, accepting. Like, they have like certain people, like certain staff that they're using to help like vet people as they come through, and they don't have a lot of those staff, so they limit the amount of people who can try to join at once so that they don't overload the staff. Basically, that's the reason why the applications are not always open. Let's put our distance counter on. We know when we're completely in the siding. This train's been sitting here waiting for us for like 30 minutes. So once we get the back of our train into the siding, this particular siding is 8,000 feet long, so plenty. No, that's the wrong one. That's not the siding we're in. 6,000. And we're now 5,200 feet long, so we're a little bit shorter than we were. It's a good thing that they waited for us. A good thing. Nice intermodal train there. So after we pass here, we got like, I mean, it's like only like 3 to 5 miles to go. So basically the way this is going to work is we're going to drive to the end of the line. This line does not go all the way to Riverside. Unfortunately, that's not actually on the map yet. I don't know if they have plans to extend beyond Fresno. Again, Run 8 does not have a roadmap. They don't really tell you what they're gonna do very often. There's like rumors and some people who have like, you know, who know the developers, and sometimes they'll share some of their future plans that way, but like there's no like official like information on what's coming next. They kind of just do whatever they want and they release it whenever they want to. What's up, Kaylin? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. I'm playing Run 8. I'm happy. Hopefully Run 8 will come out with V4 this year. I mean, V4 better be better graphics, I'll tell you that much, if they're gonna come out with another version. But I'll be all over that, man. I mean, you know what I mean? We were talking about this earlier already, about how much I would love to see them. Don't just improve the graphics, put this thing in a whole new engine. That's what I'm asking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a whole new engine. Like, give me modern 2026 graphics with the, like, your gameplay is great. I mean, it is a sandbox, so you kind of do whatever you want, in all honesty, but there's not really much gameplay per se. You create your own, or you join a server who has gameplay. But yeah, just fix the graphics and we're set. Like, I'm not asking for a career mode. I'm not asking for all the fancy stuff that we get in Train Sim World. Just give me better graphics and keep everything else the same. I'll be happy. Now, if there's more you can do to make the game better, a better onboarding that teaches people how to do all the complicated things that Run 8 can do would be great. But you ain't gotta do that. content creators can take care of that for you. But yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. I don't know what their plan is for the year. Are they just going to give us more routes? I know that I did hear somewhere that they did have plans, and this makes me doubt that they're going to give us a graphics update, because they say they have plans to extend the line, at least the A line in particular. I'm not sure if it's Run 8 or if it's some other guy. Let me see if I can find a map. So the A line, which is actually over in Florida, well, it starts in Orlando, and at the moment it runs as far north as Savannah, Georgia. And I heard somewhere that they wanted to extend that as, I don't even remember where, how, like pretty far north. Yeah, pretty far north. And if they're gonna do that, like, I don't know. I feel like you're not gonna upgrade your graphics. You're just gonna keep making the line longer, you know. I don't know. I would love for them to connect the A line to the Alabama route, which I looked into, and it's not really a direct connection. They would have to go through like Atlanta and do a bunch of stuff. But that'd be kind of cool to see those two routes kind of come together. I also would like to see them continue down to San Diego. I would like them to continue up towards Sacramento and the northern line that they already have. They're actually pretty close. They're like 1 or 2 subdivisions away from connecting Stockton. I think it's called the Stockton. No, it's not called Stockton. Connecting Stockton to like the Roseville sub. That'd be cool. That'd be cool too. So it's definitely, you know, there's definitely some potential of, extending the influence of Run 8. All right, we have the clear sign up ahead. That train is now rolling out. The back of our train is cleared the signal. There he goes. And we'll take this to the end of the line. Am I driving a Gevo? This is the ES44. If that's a Gevo, then yeah. We're in the ES44. We're still restricted at 15 miles an hour on this siding. Alright, Rob, have a good night, man. Thanks for keeping me company tonight, man. I appreciate you. I really do. All of you, seriously, all of you who came out to the stream tonight, really appreciate you guys. Anytime I do a train sim stream, no matter how last minute, you guys always show up. I want to say I really do appreciate that. Before I did today's stream, because I've not streamed Run 8 or Train Sim since Train Sim World 6 came out, which was in September. So it's been months since I've done a Train Sim stream. I was like, is anybody actually going to show up? Like, do people even know I do Train Sim anymore? And so, thank you guys for coming out and supporting. You guys always show that you love Train Sim. And I want to keep bringing that to you. I want to do some more videos. I have plans to do more videos and streams as much as I can. For those who did not catch my last Flight Sim stream, give you a quick update before we get to the end of our route. So, the last year, you know, I've been taking care of our new baby. I basically watch him during the day as like a stay-at-home dad. I guess you could say. But then I go to work at night when my wife gets home. And then that also includes streaming and content creation. I do all that at night. Anything that's for me, it's at night. So that's why I'm streaming later at night than the morning that I used to do. But also, I've been focusing a lot on video creation and video content creation. So I've been doing less live streams. I used to do like 3 or 4 live streams a week. And then I've been doing barely any because again I've been focusing on on videos. And the thing about like with my schedule right now is like I either have to spend the night that I have time for, right, doing either a video or a live stream. I rarely can do both because of how much time it takes to do either. And so if I'm doing a live stream, then I'm not recording a video. If I'm doing a video, then I'm not doing a live stream. And I've been focusing on videos, so I've been doing less live streams. But I want, and I said this at the end of the last year, that I want to do at least, as long as possible, one live stream a week. Now, if I can do more, I'll do more, right? Like this week, I want to do 2. I want to do another one tomorrow. That guy is in the road. He's in the way. If I can do more, I want to do more, right? But my focus is still video, pre-recorded video content throughout the week. But if I have time, I'm gonna do more than just one live stream a week. So what I'm trying to do, I still love and enjoy live streaming. I love hanging out with you guys, talk with you in chat. I always learn so much from you guys. Playing with you guys as well. So, but it's a balance. It's a challenging balance, trying to balance work, you know, my wife, the baby, YouTube, you know, various projects that I got my hands on. So doing my best, guys. That will be a Devo. Nice. Sorry, not Devo, Givo. Gotcha. I appreciate it, Callan. Thank you, man. There's a reason why pretty games like TSW are so much smaller in scope. Shiny graphics and thousands of cars in a yard don't really mix. Yeah, that is true. Thank you. This is probably the longest I've ever tuned in. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. I'm glad you stuck around. Kerbo, sleepy time here. Thanks for the stream. All right, man. I'll catch you later, bro. Have a great night. And stay safe out there, bro. The baby makes the rules. Yeah, he does. All right, guys. We're going to bring it to a stop here. And we're going to do a recrew. This is the end of our shift. We'll bring it to a stop up here somewhere so we can let the AI recrew and take it all the way to this destination, which is actually not very far. It's just up the road. When you play Train Sim 6, you always play in third person. Yeah, I usually play in first. I usually play in first person. Alright, she's coming to a stop. There's the end of the line up there. If anybody was ever wondering, what does the end of the line look like that? The end of the line. There's just no, it just stops. There's no more track. There's no more scenery. And whenever they add the next section of track and you download the DLC for the next section of track, you will actually see, you know, it'll flow seamlessly. No loading screens and nothing. All right, guys. So this is our final stop for us. We will hop off the train, set the independent brake. Make sure that is an idle. All right, that's good to go. Put it in neutral, and we're just gonna hop out. And then what I do, I don't like deleting trains. It just really breaks my immersion. So we're gonna click on it. We're gonna AI recrew it, and it's basically gonna allow the AI to take the train over, and they will drive it off to wherever it goes next. But guys, thank you so much, seriously, for chilling with me today. Jump in the chat if you're still here. Jump in the chat. And let me know where you are watching from. I want to say hello. I want to say good night. I want to say good morning. So just hop in the chat real quick. Drop some emojis in there. Let me know where you're watching from so I can give you a shout out. Again, I do plan, you know, it depends on, you know, the plan. The plan is to stream again tomorrow. But tomorrow I'll be streaming Flight Sim. All right. That is the plan. So if you like Flight Sim, if that's your kind of thing, come back through and hang out with us again. We'll be having fun. Good chill time. Same time as we did today, around around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern is when I plan to start my stream. I might start a little bit later if I have to, depending again on the baby, and making sure taking care of the family and whatnot, getting them settled before I leave. But yeah, thank you, Walk 1785, representing San Antonio. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Vankman29er watching it from Taylor, Michigan. Thank you, man, for hanging out with us as well. Appreciate you. Sean Madison from Birmingham, Alabama, in the house. Good to see you as well. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Sticking it out with us. Martinster from Maryland, working on creating a CSX Baltimore terminal route. We got multiple trains 22 creatives in here. I love it. I love it. You guys are amazing. You guys put a lot of hard work into your content, and I want to wish you guys the best of luck in getting it done. Seriously. Well, guys, that's it for me. Until next time, remember, you have 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. We out here. See ya. See ya.
It's only just